hate this damn parade. Who cares? Joe, there's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets scared by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a...
All right, welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub of Joe Murray. It is 4th and Friday. Football. Oh, it's week 3 of the NFL. We got college games coming up in just a little bit. I know there's one I'm interested in tonight. Rutgers and Iowa, who we just saw Iowa beat up on UMass. So we will have Joe Me the Money. 60% on the year so far, 9-6. We're hoping for a better week than the last week. So we'll have that for you coming up later on tonight. Full show on board. No Scaz tonight. Jeff Williams is in, and we got our intern River in as well tonight. Phone number 617-779-0985. This is the spot tonight. We're with you. The only local talk in town. We'll certainly get into some of the Red Sox that are happening. Tons of Patriots, though. Patriots and Steelers. Those are the pretty much the main topics for tonight. You can also join us on YouTube as well. Sup, fam? Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and you can listen live, watch, and join the chat as well. So, again, the phone number is 617-779-0985. We will talk to Mike Hadlick. I think he's at the Patriots Hall of Fame tonight. So I'll get a little bit more on that, but we're going to talk to him at 8:20, and we'll talk with Bill Spiros coming up in just a little bit from bookies.com. So full show here on the night show on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Opening take presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning, day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. Patriots and Steelers. Remember the old rivalries? Ben Roethlisberger. Remember when the fumble happened on the goal line, yet it became a touchback. The Patriots won the game. There was a little bit of a Devin McCourty. Was it a Devin McCourty interception or Jerron Harmon? I can't even remember what it was. But a ton of matchups over the years. And the last matchup between the Steelers and the Patriots, well, that happened at Gillette Stadium. And when it did, it was a 33-3 beatdown. And it was the last banner that was raised by the Patriots. Think about that. The Patriots' last Super Bowl opening night was against the Steelers. They smoked them. I think that was the night that Mike Tomlin was getting the Patriots radio broadcast in his headset. I think that was the night. Because, in a mind's eye, Jeff, sometimes these things come back to me. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, remember he goes, I got the damn Patriots.
We had the radio broadcast in our ears, in our headsets.
Let's see if we can find that at some point.
Got Zoe like screaming in his ear. He's trying to pick a play.
So, yes, the teams really haven't played in Gillette with a meaningful game since that night. So we'll certainly kind of recap that throughout the night. But my take is the Patriots have a chance to take a leap this weekend. And what I mean by a leap, hey, if you lose, you're competitive, but you're the Steelers are a fringe playoff team. But I also think their ceiling's been hit. I don't think the Steelers can be better. They tried to draft Kenny Pickett in the first round. It didn't work out. They just haven't been Justin Fields, right? Last year, Russell Wilson. Now they're going with old-ass Aaron Rodgers. But is this going to work out for the Steelers? Is it going to work out for Tomlin? At some point, the Steelers need to make a decision of the future and the direction of their program. And that's what I call the Steelers. They are a program. 3 head coaches in their entire career or their entire organization. Like, that's something to flex on. This could be also Aaron Rodgers' last time at Gillette Stadium. There's a home field advantage urgency here for the Patriots this week. Oh, should I mention that the Patriots Hall of Fame inductees will be this week? Bill Parcells and Julian Edelman. So when it comes to the Patriots and Steelers this week, it's a lot on the line. The Patriots are one of the worst tackling teams in the NFL. The Steelers are the worst rushing team in the NFL. Something's going to have to give this week. Did the Steelers get lucky in week 1 and then kind of bail week 2, and they are what they are? And now after a loss, how are they going on the road? I got those numbers from Mike Tomlin, and he's 1-3 in his career. How about Mike Vrabel's defenses versus Aaron Rodgers? Well, all the games were on the road in those games, and Vrabel is not really successful. My take is there's no way Aaron Rodgers throws for 300 yards this week. There's no way. I think I saw the number on DraftKings was right around 200 yards. I'll have to look into that coming up in just a little bit here. But if Aaron Rodgers throws for 300 yards or more, like Geno Smith did for 365 and like Tua did last week for 315, the Patriots defense is in serious, serious trouble. My take is this is where the Patriots take the leap. This is where they win a game at home. I've bet against the Patriots twice this year. I'm 1-1. Week 1, I thought they would lose to the Raiders. They did. Last week, I thought the Dolphins would win. They were a toe away, a foot away. I could make a foot joke if you want me to, but they were literally a foot away from losing the game. Or Drake May being in a situation to actually have to win a game. Something he hasn't yet to do. But did he go on the road last week, manage the offense, show his athletic ability and all that? Absolutely he did. I think they bounce back and they rebound and they continue to grow on that one. And, I think they're still going to have to run the football. The Steelers have struggled stopping the run. The Patriots need to continue to do that. But when they do that, I think it leaves guys like Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas off the field. So I don't think we've seen the true Patriots offense. I don't think we've seen Kyle Williams, the fastest guy on a team, on a deep ball. I think what you'll see more of this week is Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, Gibson, Hooper as your tight end. I know Westover was on the injury report today as limited, but when they ran with a fullback, it worked. They'll also see Mac Hollins out there and Kayshon Boutte. So I think when it comes to actual playmakers, this is going to be another week where it's smash-mouth football, and you might not see Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas make big plays. So I just want to prepare you guys for that the Patriots might be at their best when they're in a 12-type personnel. And they weren't able to run week 1. They were able to run last week. They should be able to run on the Steelers. On the flip side, Steelers haven't been able to run the football at all. Jaylen Warren's a really tough back. But again, hasn't been able to crack that 60 yards per week. The Patriots have one of the best D-lines in football, and they lead the NFL in sacks, something they'll have to do this week against Aaron Rodgers. They're going to have to pressure him. And I do want to get into the Patriots defense, how they need to be better, but they also need to be different this weekend. So a ton of Patriot stuff on the board. The Red Sox still in that wild card race against Tampa Bay tonight. It's Garrett Crochet night. I just saw our buddy, I'm from Peabody. I live in Peabody now, and I just saw Eddie Edwards from TNA Wrestling. We had the Hardy Boys and throwing out the first pitch tonight. Shout out to Eddie Edwards if you're listening. I'm sure he's cracking a few beers already. So good for him. Maybe he'll call in sometime tonight. But the Red Sox, again, Garrett Crochet night. Bruins, well, their preseason begins this weekend. I'm curious what Jeff's thoughts are on that. We'll get that throughout the night. People are excited about the new look Celtics. There was Tatum news yesterday that I yawned at. I just went, meh, meh. My take is the Patriots have a chance to win this weekend. If they tackle better, protect Drake May, and attack Aaron Rodgers. I would bet the under yardage total on Aaron Rodgers this week. I think the Patriots have their home field where they haven't been successful. And it's Hall of Fame weekend. The Big Tuna. The Big Tuna. And Julian Edelman. We're gonna pay homage. We will give our flowers tonight to both. And you can certainly react at 617-779-0985. Again, opening take presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential, commercial, plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning day or night. Always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I see you guys in the chat as well. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and you will see the show right there, and you can chat right in. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. We're off and running on a 4th and Friday here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
We were listening to the Patriots radio broadcast for the majority of the first half on our headsets.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
And last night we took a call. Last night was Thursday, so we have a game. We're up against the game, and the Red Sox play during the day, right?
Yeah, 135.
So, how much Red Sox could you really talk during the day? And then at night, the callers were definitely either were drinking early or it was a late night. But we had a lot of characters call in last night. Ryan and Malden called in. Never calls in at night. And I said, no.
You guys
clock.
put him on the timer?
I said, no clock, bro. And, he went. So shout out to him. And, we had some characters. But I woke up to calls being like, Joe, what the hell happened last night? And I guess the morning show played a call from a guy named Beard Joe that called. I don't know if you ever heard Beard Joe, but he calls in every once in a while, and he's always like, hey, Joe, man, how you doing? And we just let him go.
Sounds like Cheech Marin.
Pretty much. Yeah, Cheech is more like, hey, man.
He's a little more subdued, Beer Joe.
Yeah, Joe's a little more subdued, but he just has random thoughts, and, I'm all about that. So, So who knows? It's 4th and Friday. Who knows what we'll get tonight here on the show. Again, 617-779-0985. We'll get into the debate later on tonight. But the Bill Parcells stuff has been really just a topic of conversation of late. And he's finally going to get into the Patriots Hall of Fame. And I know that specifically Skaz out on that. And I know that I'm already getting blowback right now. Bill Parcells was only 32-32 at the Patriots. Should be in the Pats Hall of Fame. So I'm here for it. You want to get in on Parcells talk, the Tuna? I'm in. You want to get in on Julian Edelman making the Patriots Hall of Fame and potentially making the NFL Hall of Fame? We'll do that later on in the show. Patriots, a big one tomorrow against the Steelers. And could it be Aaron Rodgers' last time in New England? I just got a tweet from Old Man on the Moon saying Geno Smith can throw for over 300 against the Patriots. Aaron Rodgers will hit that no problem. I disagree. Now, we can agree to disagree. The Patriots' defense tomorrow has to change. They can't be a team that just gets shredded like they have over the last couple of weeks. And I saw some stats regarding the Patriots who've, I mentioned their pass rush. The last 2 weeks, led by Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, they're good at stopping the run. No doubt about that. They've been really good at it. They're actually, as far as generating pressure, their pressure rate is 16%. It's the 5th highest amongst defensive tackles in the league this year. Now, if you want to add Harold Landry in there and some others, they lead the league in sacks. To me, after 2 weeks, that's the identity of their coach, right? Especially at the end of games, making big plays. That was Mike Vrabel as a player. So that was kind of my take earlier in the week. But the Patriots have had a successful pass rush through 2 weeks. And I think last week, if you look at what Rodgers did, he struggled. Rodgers struggled against the blitz as well. The Patriots were very blitz happy in week 1. And I think it's the reason why they gave up points. Now, do they continue to do that against Aaron Rodgers this week? I would. Because I think that Williams and Barmore, if they want to try to establish the run, I think the Patriots' defensive line has proven that they can do that. They've absolutely proven it. And looking at the box score last week for Aaron Rodgers, he was 18 for 33 for 203 yards. I just looked it up. The total of passing yards is just over 200. So he threw 2 interceptions last week. He was sacked 3 times last week. His QB rating was awful, 58%. His QB rating was 30.9% as well. So I just feel like right now they're not getting much from their running game. 72 total yards last week. Jaylen Warren, 14 for 48. Kenneth Gainwell is really more of a pass catcher. Where I do have some concerns, though, is Jaylen Warren was their top receiver. That's not a recipe for success, to be honest with you, if you're the Steelers, when you have guys like, DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, Pat Freiermuth. Even Jonnu Smith is there. Like, they have multiple guys that can block, protect, catch, receive. So I don't know what the Steelers are right now. Like, they had a comeback win against the Jets, and the Jets didn't look good. And I will say, Rodgers threw for 4 touchdowns that day, and I think the Jets happened, is really what happened in that game. And then last week, Seattle showed up. They ran the ball down their throats. They got shredded by JSN, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Like, they got shredded by him, 8 for 103. So, when I look at it, I think Kayshon Boutte can have a game against them. I want it to be Stephon Diggs, but the way that the Patriots are going to run personnel and try to run the football, because, if you look at what Seattle did last week, they ran the ball 29 times for 117 yards and a touchdown. Why wouldn't the Patriots use that blueprint this week? Why wouldn't they use it? So I think you can go after Rodgers, who was sacked 3 times. You can play a zone coverage and go for the interception. He gave up 2 last week. Their receiving core should be better, so maybe they're going to try to open it up, considering how bad the Patriots have been the last couple of weeks. Cooper Kupp had 7 for 90 last week. Their third receiver had a touchdown. I think their backup tight end also had a touchdown last week for Seattle. And when you look at the teams the Patriots have beat, they beat the Dolphins, but they lost to the Raiders. Did you watch this week at all? The Raiders looked horrible. The Dolphins actually had a decent effort last night, besides, what's Tua Tagovailoa with that interception late. You see that, Jeff?
Yeah, and let's remember, too, the Dolphins were a foot out of bounds away from beating the Patriots that game, too.
Who's the better team, Raiders or Dolphins? I would tell you, I think the Dolphins have more talent.
Yeah, but that only gets you so far.
Who has more talent, Steelers, Dolphins, or Raiders? It might be the Dolphins, who are considered the worst team in the – they're the only 0-3 team
the Dolphins offensively, yes. Defensively, I'd go with Steelers.
And they have a bunch of Patriots cast-offs that suck. Oh, that was evident, right? And now look what the Pittsburgh has. Jabril Peppers now will be in their secondary. They signed Jawan Bentley this week. And I'm trying to see. Oh, Jonnu Smith. I guess if you want to throw him in there, I'm sure there's some other stiffs that we could come up with if you want. But they're hurt. They're without Alex Highsmith, one of their best pass rushers, right? I think the matchup. Hot take here, but I think the matchup will come down to the trenches. It's going to come down to the trenches. And the matchup that I'm looking at the most, it's the rookies on the left. No, it's not TJ Watt, everybody. It's not TJ Watt. I'm looking at Cam Hayward one-on-one with Jordan Wilson and Bradbury. The Patriots have to be better running the football this week. They can do it against that team. Right now, they're without Derek Harmon, their first-round pick. I mentioned Alex Highsmith's out this week. They're without Joey Porter Jr. is not playing this week. They have a lot of their backups playing. But as far as talent goes, they still have TJ Watt. They still have Jalen Ramsey. They still have Cam Hayward. DK Metcalf still on that team. Like, Jalen Warren can run the football. Freiermuth can be dangerous in the passing game. And again, it comes back to Aaron Rodgers. You can't let Aaron Rodgers get comfortable. He's not the Rodgers of the past. But you know what? The blitz scheme, the pressure you're getting from the D-line, I like the Patriots this weekend. It's the first time this year I picked them in a game. The betting line, from some people tell me it opened Patriots as a favorite at home. It's 1.5 right now, Steelers. History will tell you that Mike Tomlin, after a loss going on the road, is successful. But is there a blueprint now on the Steelers? They can't run the football. They can't stop the run. And if you attack their quarterback, he can make mistakes and he'll take sacks. To me, that favors the Patriots. But they are a better coach team, I think. We think. And right now, who's the better quarterback? Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it Drake May? We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. We're here until 11 o'clock. I know the Red Sox are just about to get going here. Garrett Crochet is on the mound tonight. I'm about to pop that. Is that game on another channel? Is it on, like, YouTube? Wow, you should have seen me last week trying to find it. There was, like, Friday Night SmackDown games. Okay, it's on Nesson. Is that going to... They're showing... It looks like a Rays new stadium from afar.
Or is that the old one with the roof still ripped off?
Yeah. Oh, well. I don't know why I said that. Last night it was the Hardys who threw out the first pitch with it. I think Eddie Edwards and all them were there. Anyways. Man, it looks a minor league stadium right there. Oh, well. We'll get into some of the Red Sox stuff. Is the collapse on? I think some people feel that way. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Mario. Get your headline here. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots and Steelers will meet this Sunday over at Gillette Stadium. Everybody was present at practice today. Christian Gonzalez, though, still listed as questionable for Sunday. The Patriots Hall of Fame induction will be this tomorrow. Julian, Edelman, Bill Parcells. I saw Edelman was there tonight taking photos. Some other NFL news. Jaden Daniels out for Washington this week. Marcus Mariota will get the start. Mac Jones will get the start again for the 49ers. And Red Sox and Rays about to begin a series. Garrett Crochet will be on the mound. Look at those old Rays jerseys. Oh, those Devil Rays jerseys? I like them if they are. Headlines. They are brought to you by our good friends over at Honda. Driven by the rugged Honda Ridgeline. Head to your local New England Honda dealers to learn more and see our lineup of rugged vehicles. Shout out to John Cena Sr., who got a new car today. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update soon.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Hey, wake up. New drinks just dropped at Wendy's. Cold foam, cold brew coffee, and sparkling energy. Either way, mornings hit different. To pick up a new pick-me-up, gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's, sparkling energy contains 80 to 120 milligrams of caffeine.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets.
Open to new users in Massachusetts who are 21 and older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org.
Fierce competitions, hands-on activities, live music, and special birthday celebrations. Join us as we cheer to 50 years of the New Hampshire Highland Games and Festival, September 19th through 21st at Loon Mountain Resort in Lincoln, New Hampshire. Weekend highlights include heavy athletics competitions, sheepdog trials, mass bands, and more. Plus plenty of opportunities to try your hand at Scottish skills, including bagpiping, Highland dance, and stone lifting. Buy tickets now at nhscot.org. Sponsored in part by New Hampshire distributors.
Get ready for
your workouts will.
Stay tuned for.
Are you tired of?
You can skip a lot of things in life, but not everything. With Citizens, get the advice and tools you need to financially handle all of life's unskippable moments. So you're ready for your best friend's wedding, a broken down car, your kid getting into their dream school, and every expense in between. From making a plan to staying on track, make sense of your money with Citizens. Get started at citizensbank.com/made-ready.
Nashua Hyundai has made a thrilling partnership with Canopy Lake Park Screamfest. Purchase a new Hyundai and score a free family 4-pack for rides, haunted houses, kid-friendly fun, and a screaming time. You'll find plenty of treats in Nashua Hyundai's wicked good inventory. Only Hyundai offers America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Assurance. The thrills of the season are at Nashua Hyundai and Canopy Lake Park. Purchase or NH lease of a Hyundai. See dealer for complete details at NashuaHyundai.com. Expires 10/31/25 or while supplies last.
Looking for the ultimate restaurant vibe in the Seaport? Come experience Moxie's at 899 Congress Street with breathtaking ocean views, 21 TVs so you'll never miss a big game, and not one but 2 full bars. Moxie's is the place to be. Whether you're craving a laid-back brunch with friends, a lively dinner out, or a late-night bite when everyone else is closed, Moxie's has you covered. So gather your crew, bring your appetite, and get ready for the ultimate Seaport vibe. Moxie's, where Boston comes to eat, drink, and play.
Feel like you're just drifting, searching for purpose but coming up empty? God knows where you should be. Have you asked Him? It's time to pause. Look closer. The signs are there. At Vocations Boston, we'll help you see how God is guiding you to your purpose. Start asking and listen. Vocations Boston. Your purpose revealed. Visit useethesigns.org.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Northeast Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments, in most cases, have made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you're...
We're going like 2000s alternative tonight, Jeff?
This is mid-2000s.
Mid.
2006.
I got Patriots and Steelers on the board. The Red Sox are underway in Tampa. I think I've turned on the Red Sox.
You went heel? Or did they turn on you?
Oh, that's a good one.
The Red Sox screwed the Red Sox.
They might have turned it. That's right. To use a Montreal Screwjob reference. So around the trade deadline, I had Skaz cut this. He kept playing it because I sounded like an idiot. But I said the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody else to win the World Series. And I was mocked. I was laughed at. Then they went on like multiple winning streaks. And now the Roman Anthony injury has happened, and what are they, 5-8 or whatever? And it seems like that night, if you remember the night that Roman Anthony got hurt, Anthony spoke about Anthony even spoke about, man, I never felt like this before. Bregman talked about the gut punch that the team had, right? Since then, they've been absolutely garbage. Awful. Horrible. I dropped a wicked Boston accent on that one. They've been bad. They're backing into the playoffs. They're not a good team right now. They've got a minor league lineup, and their pitching is not performing like it once was. It was almost as if Roman Anthony went down, the team threw up the white flag. And I think the lineups have been bad. When Connor Wong's batting 6, you got problems. But you know, I'm reading all these quotes from some of the guys now, and it's like, geez. Like, the Red Sox are reeling, guys. They are reeling. And Trevor Story had a tough night last night. But this is the quote. We can control what happens. We play good baseball, we get in. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that, huh? Just as simple as that. Things are starting to fall apart. The stuff we saw earlier this year is happening now. Errors from guys you don't expect it from. The hitting has gone nowhere. Rafael has gone back down to being just a guy again. And I know that they didn't want to talk about October because they're not in October yet and blah, blah, blah. I understand that things are on the Red Sox side. I'm sure they know that. I'm sure they know things are on their side. They have the Rays this week, but then they have a couple of playoff teams coming up. And they just keep losing series, which is awful. But Boston has lost 5 of 7 in 8 of its last 13. So this whole we control what happens. Sure, you get in the playoffs. Are you guys even a team? Is it worth it? At this point, I do think it's valuable for the team to go, by the way. But the nosedive happens, and it's like you think you have a reason, or there's a reason to just, Roman Anthony went down. That's the problem. And I just want to mention this. Everybody said that the Rafael Devers trade made the team better. But the Roman Anthony loss is the reason why they're losing and struggling? It doesn't make sense to me. You make no sense. So I guess both things can't be true. The reality is this team's backing into the playoffs. They need a win tonight. They need a get-right game against the Rays. They need a get-right series. Maybe Crochet's the guy to get it back going tonight. But they're striking out. They're making errors. They can't run the bases. They did manage a great game the other night, though. Carlos Narvaez with a bunt in extra innings, huge. My only thought is the way their roster is right now, I just don't see them being successful in the playoffs like I once did. But are they turning? That's what I'm turning now. I'm starting to look at it as they're thinking about the future, not the present. And have they turned on me? Have they turned on us? Maybe they have. Maybe they have. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Also wanted to just mention a couple other things regarding the Red Sox. Alex Bregman, I'm just going to keep doing it every night, Jeff. Alex Bregman makes $40 million a year. He makes $40 million a year and gets the biggest pass I've ever seen.
Especially here.
Oh, they need him in the clubhouse. Wait until.
He's a glue guy.
He's like, yeah. $40 million. Roman Anthony gets hurt and he gets worse. Isn't he supposed to get better and lead the team and be the leader and be the coach? And
that's the whole reason why we got him, right?
Yep. You want to hear
a guy like that?
You want to hear some of these numbers? You're going to love these numbers. 24 games. Last 24 games. He has the worst OPS over a 24-game span in a single season in his entire career. He is the worst right now that he's ever been in his career. But you're not hearing it, huh? I've been doing this every single night. I haven't heard anybody else doing this. His last 24 games, he's had 96 at-bats. He's got one home run. One. You know what his batting average is? 156. Do you even know anybody that weighs 156? Like, he's batting 156. Do you know anybody that weighs 156?
Nobody my age.
Male? He's got 7 RBIs in 24 games. This guy sucks right now. He sucks.
Sucks and blows.
That's right. But get him into the playoffs. I just said Skaz. Whatever. That's what I just yell sometimes, and Skaz is the name that comes out there. But yeah, Jeff, get him into the playoffs. He needs a monster 9 games and playoffs. This whole opt-out thing, he ain't opted out. $40 million, where's he going to get that somewhere else?
Especially after what he's doing now. He's got to earn that paycheck.
Oh, wait, Joe, maybe it's just, he's got the thigh injury. You make $40 million, you better bring it. You can't bat 156 over a 25-game sample. 156? Anyways, so I've been doing that every night, Jeff, just in case you didn't know. Every night I just do my Alex Bregman watch and how he stinks. Oh, they brought him in here to be the guy. I almost sounded like John Henry there, huh? How's the cigar looking now with Bregman? I'm just going to put it out in someone's hand. Well. All right, 617-779-0985. I'm trying to get the old call screener coming out. Oh, I got to go say what's up to our guys in chat. I haven't even been in there yet. I'll see who's in there. But Rob's in Oxford. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Joe. So I think this weekend with the Steelers weighs a lot on Gonzalez playing and how well he does play.
I'm sorry. It sounds like you're vacuuming your car.
Sorry, walking my dogs. I think that the Patriots winning is predicated a lot on Gonzalez playing well.
Are you walking them in a wind tunnel?
Yeah. Do you have dog bags and poop bags?
I do. Yes, I do.
You ever notice a poop bag? Dog poops, right? But we stick our hand in the bag to pick up the poop and then just reverse it.
Yeah. Yep.
Where do you drop it when you're done?
I'll either bring it to my house and just kind of throw it near my trash can, so when I have to do trash day, or I'll find a trash can around out in public.
Okay, this is where I'm going with it. Is it rude or ignorant to drop your dog poop bag off in somebody else's barrel?
I will do it if it's the morning and they've already been out there and they have trash in it. I won't do it if the trash has already been picked up.
So you're a criminal of putting dog poop bags in other people's barrels.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your night. I actually don't even know the take he gave on sports. But, Jeff, how do you ever leave barrels out and someone drops a poop bag in your barrel?
I'm sure they have. I've just never caught.
Are you
anyone
against
doing
it, or do you not care?
It doesn't. Whatever.
It doesn't bother me either. But
don't do it after they've come and already picked up the trash. Then we're gonna have a problem.
Poop bag the whole entire week. And a holiday is an extra day. And now you're dealing with smelly, poopy trash. Nobody wants smelly, poopy trash.
Unless you have a baby.
Oh, yeah. And then you can light it on fire. No, we don't want to know. We don't want to know.
He called that poop.
What was that, Billy Madison?
Yeah. Don't you tell me my business, devil woman.
We're here all night long. Jeff Williams is here. And there's a lot going on in the NFL tonight. And, everybody's loving the old Hall of Famers coming back. And, by the way, I saw this today. I wanted to bring this up. The NFL mentioned something about the Tush Push and some protocol or something. I want to get into that on the other side. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Atomic Coffee Roasters, a second-generation family business roasting fresh in Peabody. Get subscriptions, cold brew cans, or unwind with Atomic Black, their signature coffee liqueur. Find it statewide or at drinkatomic.com/radio. Atomic Coffee Roasters, spreading positive energy one cup at a time.
Apex Entertainment in Marlboro is 100,000 square feet of pure fun. This is New England kicker Andy Borgalis, and this season, with every field goal I kick, Apex will be donating $100 to support autism education and research at the New England Center for Children. Check out Apex on social media or go to apexentertainment.com.
Plainridge Park Casino, where winning moments never end. Feel the rush as the jackpot alarm sounds. Bite into bliss at Wahlburgers. Witness a heart-pounding home run at our ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Experience exciting live harness racing and get lost in the music every weekend with no cover charge. Every moment is a winning moment at Plainridge Park Casino. Hope is here. Call 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. Live chat at GameSenseMA.com.
The question always comes up, where to take your vehicle for reliable and trustworthy service, whether it's repair or just maintenance. I know just the place. Meineke Car Care is your one-stop shop for total car care. They handle engines, brakes, oil, tires, and yeah, they do mufflers too. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. That's why I trust them to handle the maintenance of my personal vehicle. Meineke prides itself on providing exceptional customer service. Go to Meineke.com for the location near you and schedule an appointment today.
Nice.
Why am I so immature? Like, why can't I just...
We're terrible. We're in our mid-40s.
Like, why can't I just, like, say the quote? The NFL is instructing the officials this week to call the tush push tight going forward. Pause, right? Like, how do I not...
Like a toiga.
Exactly. So, they missed a call last week. Do I think it impacted the end or the outcome of the game? No. And I know some people aren't going to like this, but if Travis Kelce just catches the ball and doesn't fumble it in the air for an interception on the goal line, maybe the Chiefs have a better opportunity to win the game. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But the NFL has sent a memo to the officials to keep an eye on false starts with the tush push. I don't know how you stop that thing. The Eagles are just, they're like the line, and with Hurts and everything they got there, it's impossible to stop that thing.
Well, it's even more impossible when you jump off sides all the time.
It's true. Remember the guy from Washington last year was just... You know what's funny is they kept saying if it kept happening, they were just going to award the Eagles a touchdown, which I never knew that could happen. Like, if you did that in Madden and you just kept going off sides, it would just take you to the goal line and it would just be like a hamster wheel. But in the real life, it's just, no, okay, you're awarded a touchdown. Here you go.
We're not playing this game.
Yeah, literally. Too much is made of the tush push. I don't know how you stop it. I don't know. How about this? Just maybe like have them come from behind and get out to a big lead so they don't have the opportunity to tush push. That's my take on it. And here's the other thing. When the NFL is sending stuff to the officials, that makes me think that it's going to be a flag weekend. And there were a lot of flags in last week's Patriots-Dolphins game. I'll see who I'll see if there's a wrangle this week for the officials and for the Patriots-Steelers game. But keep an eye on false starts and the tush push this year. And just let the guys play. Eagles center Cam Jurgens not happy with it. Says he's heard a million different takes on this thing. People saying I'm lining up off sides, I'm holding the ball, I can be on the ball. Doesn't make any sense to me. At the end of the day, we're not trying to worry about what other teams or people are saying. We're trying to worry about what we're doing in here. And if the league wants to come down and say something and make an emphasis with the rules, we're going to take that into account. But it's the same thing going forward. Playing Eagles football. I love the pushback by the Eagles here. I don't love the Eagles. I don't. But you know what? I do think that any quarterback in this league could play for that team. The way that they have weapons everywhere, their line, their tight ends, running backs. As far as a roster goes, the Eagles are loaded, but everyone's focused on one play. How about you get out to a lead? How about that? Mike, what's up, buddy?
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I can't. Am I echoing or anything?
No.
All right, good, awesome. How are you, the pride of Hyde Park?
You think I'm the pride of Hyde Park?
You think I'm the pride of Hyde Park? Well, you're my pride of Hyde Park.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
Well, Mayor Menino was my guy. He gave out no-show jobs, so I'm in on that.
You know, it's Mike Bosos, by the way. If you're
Mike.
wondering.
How are you, bro?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. You got a thought on the tush push, bro?
Oh, are you kidding me? It makes sense that Philly's so good at it because everybody in Philadelphia either had their heads up their own ass or up somebody else's.
Jalen Hurts really knows how to get up there, huh?
Oh my God! It's actually a work of art.
Hey, listen, they don't call him Cam Jurgens for nothing. Sorry, I don't know why.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you dropped him because I saw that going down a real dark path.
Whenever the buddies from home call, Jeff, you know it's go. You got to hold the dump.
We get too comfortable in the air sometimes, Joe. You know that.
Oh, I'll never forget the night. Never mind. I'll tell you off the air. When the guys from home call in, Hold on to the dump, baby. All right. We got to go to break. Well, we'll pause 10 seconds here. Get an ID. We'll go through the headline here. And, well, hey, what's going on? The Patriots, everybody. Julian Edelman's going into the Hall of Fame. Patriots Hall of Fame. But what does it say about the Football Hall of Fame? We'll get into that coming up here on the other side. Feel free to call in 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBZ FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Paisley Media Group Station.
Essential Sports Hub headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots and Steelers square off this weekend. Sunday over at Gillette Stadium. Everybody was accounted for at practice today. Christian Gonzalez still listed as questionable. We'll have all the coverage beginning at 10 a.m. Sunday here on 98.5 The Sports. The Patriots Hall of Fame inductions beginning tomorrow. They're already doing some party stuff tonight. I saw guys there. We're going to talk to Mike Hadlick coming up in a bit. I wonder if he was there. We'll find out. Jayden Daniels out for Washington. Marcus Mariota, he'll get the start this week. Also, Mac Jones will get the start for the 49ers. And the Red Sox and Rays underway right now. Tie game at 1. Garrett Crochet on the mound. Top of the second inning. Headlines. They are brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Shotgun snap to Brady. Stands in, throws down the middle for Edelman. Ball's tipped, and Julian diving for it as Alford cut in front of the receiver. Edelman has it. Did he make the catch? He did!
You gotta be
at
kidding
the
me.
40. And the Patriots await the ruling by Carl Cheffers, the referee.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver's hand is under the ball. The ball never hits the ground.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Again, we'll talk with Mike Hadlick, Sports Illustrated, CLNS, coming up in a little bit here. Julian Edelman. There you heard it, the catch. Julian Edelman heads into the Patriots Hall of Fame tomorrow. But there is a fascinating debate on Julian Edelman making the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, let me say this loud and clear. Wes Welker did more as a member of the Patriots than Julian Edelman did in his entire career statistically. Okay? So, if we're going to have a conversation about Julian Edelman making the Hall of Fame, we need to also say Wes Welker should be in the Hall of Fame. I know this is about Julian Edelman, and I'll get into that in a minute here. But I just want to be fair because it's almost like a debate for the both of them, right? Wes Welker put up ridiculous numbers, specifically with the Patriots. When I tell you these numbers, people, you're going to be wowed. I've been pushing the Wes Welker to the Hall of Fame for a long time. I think Wes Welker was the true first successful slot receiver. I really mean that. There were other guys, other guys, but as far as like big time numbers, Wes Welker played 6 years in New England. 6 years. He had 672 catches for 7,500 yards. Okay? Do you know what Julian Edelman has done? And listen, Wes Welker finished his career, in case you didn't know, that's just with the Patriots. Wes Welker finished his career with 903 receptions for 9,900 yards. But with the Patriots alone, he had 670 catches for 7,500 yards. That is Hall of Fame worthy. And I'll keep going because I already know what you all are thinking. I already know. But just pace with me, will you? I know you're going to bring up the postseason stuff. I know you are because that's who you are. But let's be real. Julian Edelman in his entire career had 620 receptions for 6,800 yards. His entire career. It's a good career, right? 600 yards. 600 receptions. Not bad. But Wes Welker did that in 6 years. In 6 seasons with a torn ACL. It's hard for me to talk about Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame for Julian Edelman. But here we go. You want to bring it up now? Let's do it. You can make a legitimate case for Julian Edelman and the production that he put up in the postseason to be Hall of Fame worthy. Right? Call it what it is. He absolutely is a deserving Patriots Hall of Famer, and he'll be there this weekend. But the league remembers and rewards postseason performance. It's where it all matters. Championships, trophies. There might not be a non-quarterback this century who made as large of a playoff impact over multiple Super Bowl runs as Julian Edelman. And his biggest competitor might be Rob Gronkowski, who's Hall of Fame bound. Since 2007, there have been only 5 Super Bowl MVPs who weren't quarterbacks. Julian Edelman was one of them. He's the second best playoff wide receiver in NFL history behind only Jerry Rice. Edelman and Rice are the only receivers in total more than 1,400 postseason receiving yards and the only 2 with more than 100 postseason receptions. Edelman's playoff peaks are incredible. In a 13-game span that started in 2014 through 2019, Edelman averaged 8.2 receptions for 102 yards per playoff game. So if Lynn Swann is a Hall of Famer, speaking of Pittsburgh, so is Edelman. Swann never had a season in which he averaged more than 63 receiving yards per game. Edelman did that 6 times. Both were incredible playoff performers. They were both named Super Bowl MVPs. It's not a great comp. It's different eras. But you know what? One's a Hall of Famer and one's not. One also played in an era that they won multiple Super Bowls. So maybe there are arguments amongst other candidates for the Edelman era. I think Eli Manning, who was eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame last year, I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Right? Edelman wasn't the best at his position. Either was Eli Manning. Okay? Never. Manning never led the league in yards or completion percentage or touchdowns. He did lead the league in interceptions 3 times. Just to throw that in there. They were both incredible playoff performers. Incredible. Manning twice earning Super Bowl MVP honors against the Patriots. So if Manning eventually makes the Hall of Fame, you have to think Edelman should too. So if you subscribe to the idea that the Hall of Fame is a place to tell the history of the sport, it's impossible to tell the story of the greatest Super Bowl comeback ever without Julian Edelman. So I just wanted to mention, if we're just talking playoffs, in the story of football, it's hard to mention the Patriots' comeback win in a Super Bowl without mentioning Julian Edelman and winning a Super Bowl MVP.
The Seattle Super Bowl as well.
He was huge.
Huge in that game.
He had 8.2 yards per reception and 100 yards per game 6 times.
I mean, that game against Kansas City, he was money on those third downs. Like, the guy knew how to step up when he needed to.
Great players perform in the biggest situations, right? It's what it is.
They don't drop passes in the Super Bowl.
Oof. So do you see what I mean by the Welker stuff? Welker, statistically, had a better 6-year run for the Patriots than Edelman's entire career. So that's the case against Julian Edelman, right? His regular season numbers, they're just not there. He'd be the wide receiver with the fewest receiving yards of any Hall of Famer. And amongst receivers who played post-1995, he'd be the outlier. Calvin Johnson, Hall of Famer, fewest receiving yards. He totaled 11,619. Edelman had 6,800. Like, that's a 5,000-yard difference. Edelman never finished in the top 10 in the NFL in receiving yards in any given season. I know I keep bringing up Lynn Swann. Lynn Swann had, Terry, all those teams, all those teams. They played in different eras, I know. What about Hines Ward? Can I bring his name up? Former Steeler. Was also never a first-team All-Pro. He was second-team. He was a Super Bowl MVP. Great playoff numbers. Almost won multiple Super Bowls, but he didn't. Ward was a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame 9 times and still hasn't gotten in. I'm just trying to make the case. Edelman had a really great postseason career. His regular season numbers aren't going to get him in. And if he did get in, I just want to let you know, Calvin Johnson, lowest receiving yards in history with 11,000. Edelman, 6. That's a gigantic drop-off. But again, Calvin Johnson's playoff versus Edelman's, right? And this is
Edelman's
why
Super Bowl MVP.
And this is why I bring up Hines Ward. Hines Ward, Super Bowl MVP, right? Could have won 2, only won 1. They lost. Who was that to? I'm trying to.
The Packers.
Yep, there you go. So Edelman's postseason numbers, his lore, they're all incredible. They were huge moments too, right? The pass, all that stuff. His total numbers just aren't there. I'm very interested to see the ballot. Can I bring up another name? Larry Fitzgerald never won a championship. He went. Remember, they lost to the Steelers.
He tried like hell to carry them.
It was
to him.
James Harrison. Remember, had the interception. Larry Fitzgerald. Okay, 1,400 receptions, 17,000 yards, 121 touchdowns. Lock, right? The other guys that are eligible, just to bring up the names, AJ Green, no, more receptions than Julian Edelman. Julio Jones had 914 receptions. Is he a Hall of Famer? 13,000 yards. Telling you, man, I think he is. Those numbers, and do we give Julio Jones credit for the Atlanta run? Does he get credit for that?
Made a great catch at the end of that game.
I'm trying to use comps. Edelman is up there with literally Jerry Rice. But when it comes to his regular season, he just doesn't have the numbers. And this is why I make my pitch for Wes Welker. Wes Welker has the numbers, doesn't have the postseason accolades. And in this town, what matters?
Championships, baby. Winning matters.
But does it matter in the Hall of Fame? And just to cross sports, this is why I think Curt Schilling should be a Hall of Famer. Curt Schilling had a great career, 200 wins. Like, not a lot of guys are doing that anymore. 250 is probably like a max now, right? Sabathia did it. Curt Schilling's postseason numbers, whether it was Philly, Arizona, and Boston, elite. But other things and other pitchers are probably going to get in over him. Well, he's not going to go in at all now. Just wanted to share that one because I know that's going to be a nice old topic. Matt is in Braintree. Hey, Matt.
I hate you, Joe. That was what I was calling. I was saying that Julian Edelman is the Kurt Schilling of not to cross sports, even though that's all anyone does on this station. Julian Edelman is the Kurt Schilling. I mean, great players. They should both be in the Hall of Fame, but, Schilling never won Cy Young, and that really kind of hurt him. Also, Hines Ward has 2 Super Bowls. He beat the Seahawks and the Cardinals, so he's got 2.
Was he in both? Did he play in that one, though?
Yeah. Hines Ward's been on the Steelers for like 35 years.
I was just looking this up because I was reading it. Well, he was a Super Bowl MVP.
But that's all I had. Thanks, Joe.
Oh, he did. He won multiple. I don't know why I said that. He won multiple.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me.
He was around forever, though.
I forgot that he won. But that's the comp. He won multiple.
MVP.
And Hines Ward was on the ballot for 9 years. Super Bowl MVP. You're right. I don't know why I said 1. Why did I say 2?
No, I completely forgot the other one, too.
I know. I don't know why I said that, though.
Because I definitely remember him in, the 05.
So he was on the
MVP in that one.
That Cardinals one.
The Cardinals one. He was more of a role player at that point because, you had Santonio Holmes.
I think that's why I said that, because Santonio Holmes made that great catch to win the game. But, yeah, he was on the team, though. Yeah, wow. But think about, how many did Edelman win? 3? Yeah,
3, yes.
So Edelman wins 3, Super Bowl MVP.
And you can honestly say that he had a huge hand in all 3 of those, too.
Edelman had a huge hand in all of them. And the additional playoff games.
Yeah. The AFC Championship game, the Ravens game.
The Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But again, Jerry Rice, Julian Edelman, never thought I'd be saying that in the same sentence. And I even brought up Lynn Swann, and I get it, right? Because the Steelers were great. They went, what? What they went? 4
out of 6 years.
There you go. So, and I know I'm aging myself right now, but Wes Welker should be in over Edelman. If it came down to me, it's Wes Welker over Edelman. But when Edelman gets on that ballot, and Rob Gronkowski's on that ballot, and you've seen Rodney Harrison in there, right? And I'm just bringing up guys that probably will make the ballot. Vince Wilfork made the ballot, I believe, right? There's going to be Patriots that get brought in, and I'm just curious. Will they be held out for reasons that they were on the Patriots, or are they going to be held out because of their overall production?
Well, you're seeing that with Rodney right now.
Rodney Harrison's the only safety in history with 30 sacks and 30 interceptions.
And they won't put him in.
And why? PED, most fine player in history. Like, there's reasons why Rodney's not in. Anyways, we're going to talk to Mike Hadlick. My bad. I got carried away there. I went on a tangent. We'll talk to Mike Hadlick coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Beetle for my favorite dealership, 490.
Yeah, Dedham and Hyde Park. Ron's. Yeah.
Yeah, go say hi to Jay.
I heard that you had a Hyde Park guy calling a few.
I did
20 minutes ago, huh? Heard
yeah,
that one on the way home.
Yeah, and there was a lot of ass and Jergens talk.
I heard the Jergens reference. That was pretty good. That was smart to drop that guy before it could go any further.
Funny how that's the guy on the Tush Push. Huh?
Not bad.
Mike, I was figured you might be at Gillette tonight with the Edelman and Parcels. You gonna be there tomorrow?
So tonight was the jacket fitting for Edelman. So I was there. I did not stay for Edelman's bartending at Six Strings.
Oh yeah.
Had some other obligations, but he went up there a little while after and was having a good time. Some of the CLNS crew was there, still up there. Actually, they captured plenty of it.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be covering it in person tomorrow. I will likely be tuning in remotely. They will stream that on Patriots.com. But
there you go.
It'll be good. I'm excited for obviously very deserving for Edelman, and I'm a little too young for the Parcells era, but from what I gather, feels like people have been kind of waiting for him to get in. He obviously sort of jump-started this whole thing, so definitely two guys who are both deserving to be in there. So it should be a good time down there.
Yeah, I would just like to remind people that are younger that all of this doesn't happen without Bill Parcells. Because obviously Bill Belichick was his defensive coordinator. And when he had health issues with the Jets, he hired Bill Belichick to be the coach. And then Belichick did no longer the HC of the NYJ. And then it all kind of, then he drafted Tom Brady. And then, it's just it's
the whole thing.
A lot there. But I think people should know, though, 1996 is actually the year was 97, but the 96 season, you remember oh my God, I'm losing my mind here, but they lost to the Green Bay Packers.
Sure.
Brett Favre and all that, and Reggie White. But that night, the night before, he was making calls to the Jets from the hotel room to take.
Yeah, he was done at that point. That's the story I've heard. 97, I'll say it, Joe. That was the year I was born, so I was not. I don't even think I was around when this was happening. From what I've gathered, it seems like he was already had 2 feet out the door when he was coaching that Super Bowl and the Desmond Howard kick return.
They had a shot, and if you ever rewatch the game, Ted Johnson had a monster game that day, and Madden was all over him. Like Madden was like, look at this guy's neck. But no, they had a chance. What happened was actually Ted talks about this, but there was a blitz call that they Willie Clay didn't hear. And Andre Rison beat him over the top. That was the play where Favre takes the helmet off. But they had a shot in that game. But I really do think, though, Parcells' head was elsewhere. And that was a really good Patriots team. It really was. And some of those guys stuck around and won in 01. But that's my only thing I'm bringing this up about Parcells is that, not a lot of guys, when it comes to the crafts, can leave on those type of terms. There was lawsuits, dude. There was, compensation that had to go over at times. They lost Curtis Martin in the deal. Like, it was they lost Hall of Famers, bro. It was, so the fact that he's back, I do think he's deserving of it, but there are a bunch of people who think he shouldn't be.
It is maybe stunning's not the right word. Maybe that's a little too far. But like you said, the fact that there was such a gripe between the two sides, it's been a long time. I mean, it's obviously 2025 now. We're working from, the late 90s. And so I sort of look at it, Patriots, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, they're at odds right now. Clearly, it doesn't seem like that fence is anywhere close to being mended. They're still kind of taking shots at each other to this day. I wonder, and I know Kraft said the other day about, his plan is to put a statue out front, Bill and Tom next to each other. It makes me wonder if Kraft will be able to work his magic again and get Belichick here, in the coming years once he's actually done coaching. Because again, it took a long time for the Parcells to do it. I wonder if Belichick would lean in as well.
Well, Belichick says he's not allowed here, so
crazy.
Because isn't it funny how Kraft says, "Yep, there'll be a statue," and then the next day it's, "I'm not allowed there."
Except he was here.
Yeah,
he was at the Brady thing, and he spoke at the Brady thing, and he was definitely welcome. So I can't with that guy right now. It's something special.
It's different. We'll get into the game in a bit. I just went on this Julian Edelman regular season versus postseason debate.
Okay,
and I don't think Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, and the reason for that is NFL Hall of Famer. It's the numbers, but I feel like we can't even discuss Julian Edelman to the Hall of Fame if we don't mention Wes Welker's 672 receptions and 7,500 yards, which was more in his 6 seasons than Julian Edelman's 9. So I just
somewhere in there.
It's hard for me to even have the discussion, but let's do it. There's the only other player outside of Jerry Rice to have better numbers in a Super Bowl era in the playoffs is Julian Edelman. They're the only two.
Yep.
You could make the case that from 14 to 19, there was no better receiver in the postseason than Julian Edelman. And my comp is Hines Ward. Hines Ward was a Super Bowl MVP, won 2 Super Bowls, and he's been on the ballot 9 times, had more regular season numbers. So I just don't think it's going to happen. But do you think in time, with all the impactful plays he made, people could see it differently or voters could see it differently?
So I also don't think he is an NFL Hall of Famer. I think he probably would need a little bit, maybe even more than a little bit more production in the regular season to get himself there. But I also don't think Wes Welker is. Like, I don't think, I mean, maybe it's a fair comparison, but I don't think that should be the reason that Edelman doesn't get in, because, you know, Welker didn't really have any postseason success. He didn't win any Super Bowls with the Patriots. I can't remember. Did he win that one with Denver? He might have, but
he dropped the ball to beat the Giants. The Giants came back and won the game.
Sure. No, but did he win it with Peyton when he was in Denver, or did he miss out on that?
I don't think Wes Welker ever won a championship, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, the postseason production for Edelman 100% matters, and that would be the only reason he gets in. I mean, look, I think he's, for, you know, pound for pound, what you got for an extended number of years is the best wide receiver Tom Brady ever had here. Now, people would argue Randy Moss, but he obviously didn't have the longevity here that Edelman did. Edelman built more of a rapport with Brady, I would say, and he helped them win those 3 Super Bowls the second time around. And like I said, with Welker, Moss didn't win one here either. And, you know, Randy's obviously a Hall of Famer for another reason, but if you're going to put Edelman into the Hall of Fame, it is the postseason success. It is the fact that, again, he rivals Jerry Rice, like you just mentioned. I think Travis Kelce, I know he's a tight end, is sort of creeping into that stratosphere of postseason numbers with those 2 guys. But, I mean, even the fact that we're talking about Julian Edelman in the conversation with 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers in Jerry Rice and Travis Kelce, I think he has more of a case than Wes Welker does. But at the end of the day, I still don't think he's going to get in. I do like the Hines Ward comp because 2-time Super Bowl champion, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, had the production, had the postseason production. But Hines isn't in. If Hines Ward isn't going to get in, I don't think Julian Edelman is. I think that's a better comp and a better, you know, well, if this guy gets in, then that guy gets in. I think Ward is a better one to talk about than Wes Welker.
May I just mention that Wes Welker lost 4 Super Bowls, 3 as a player, 1 as a coach. Andre Reed went to 4 Super Bowls, lost all 4, has 50 more receptions than Wes Welker. So I just want to and he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I try to give good comps, you know. Now, one was an outside receiver, a playmaker with 87 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like, I think Welker only had 50. So that's a big difference.
I mean, Welker was a machine, though, in this offense with Brady. The receptions wise, like yards wise, he was dominant. It's just there's part of it where I know it's not all on the receiver, it's on the quarterback and the team, but he was on this team and he didn't get over the hump, for better or for worse. And he does have that dropped catch against the Giants kind of shadowing over him. Not that would make or break his Hall of Fame.
It would cement him, though. It would give him a much better chance to get in.
I mean, I'm looking at his numbers now, though. He was a beast for some time here.
Just look
1,500, 1,300 twice. Yeah. Like he was a good little player.
And he wasn't a premier outside receiver. He was a slot inside receiver, and he played hard. The game this weekend. I've been betting against the Patriots every week. I'm 1-1.
Okay.
I like the Patriots this week. It's more about. I think the Patriots, although they've been gashed for 365 and 315, I don't see Rodgers doing it this week, man. That's advantage Patriots. I think their pass rush can get to them. The Steelers can't run the football, which I think is something they're going to try to do this week. And I think the Patriots can run on Pittsburgh because they've given up over 100 yards in both games. So I'm going with the Patriots with a little bit of momentum. Maybe Tomlin wins the coaching matchup today or whatever in general. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of debates, right? Who would you rather have, Drake May, Aaron Rodgers right now? Would you rather have Mike Tomlin or this? This is why I think the Patriots have a shot, and I'm taking the Patriots this weekend.
Well, Joe, the other thing, and it wrapped into this, is what we talked about ahead of week one, and it's you got to win at home. You got to find a play to make Gillette Stadium a home field advantage again because they don't have it right now. So, in theory, you talk about a close coaching matchup with two veterans in Tomlin and Vrabel, a young gun in Drake May, who is, on the rise. He looked good last week, as we know, and Aaron Rodgers, who, could be on the downslope here, but is also an all-time great and can still play, as we've seen in flashes the last couple weeks in New York. So you'd think the advantage should be the home field, right? So I do think the Patriots can squeak this game out. I do also think that it's going to be a tight one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. I do think it could be high scoring. But I do think, too, it's going to come down to the defensive fronts on both sides because this Patriots offensive line has looked pretty good. It hasn't been a glaring concern so far. And for what it's worth, neither has the wide receiver position, which is, the two big holes that have been on this team for the last couple of years. But I look at the offensive line. I look at the front that Pittsburgh has and, guys like Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. And those are two, premier players on the defensive side of the ball that you're going to have to handle. They're going to try and dial it up and get after Drake May. And then on the flip side, this Patriots front with Christian Barmore has been awesome so far. Milton Williams so far seems to have been worth the money. He makes the game-sealing sack last week and has been disruptive the entire time. Really, for me, it's going to come down to tackling from these Patriots linebackers. It has not been good the last couple weeks at all. Robert Spillane has been a shell of what we saw of him in Vegas. He needs to improve. Instead of trying to give shoulder tackles and knock guys down, you got to wrap guys the heck up. Like that's football, that's linebacker, that's fundamentals. And they worked on that in practice a little bit this week. So I thought that was, clearly they're making an effort to get better in that area. And then it's going to come down to the secondary with the Patriots here too, against Aaron Rodgers, who has slung it a little bit the last couple weeks, but a defensive backfield that has given up a lot of passing yards over the last 2 weeks. So I do think that's what it comes down to. As far as the offense goes in general, with a guy like Drake May, I think that they'll do their best to protect him. They'll continue to get the ball out quick and let these wide receivers make plays again to this Pittsburgh secondary.
All right, Mike. I think it's going to be the Cam Hayward versus Jared Wilson matchup.
Sure.
So I'm going with that one. I think he's gonna bully them. But I also, you mentioned Spillane. I think he has a huge week this week. I think he bounces back. And I'm
against the team that cut him when he was an undrafted free agent.
Literally was going to mention that. And Jalen Warren had a nice little week receiving, somewhat like Ramondre. So they're not the same players, but they use them the same. And if Spillane has to cover him one-on-one, it might be a better opportunity for him this week than last week against Achane, who runs a 4.340.
I was going to say Achane made life hell for Robert Spillane last week. The big glaring one was the touchdown pass where he juked him out of his shorts and Spillane had no chance to get him. And that also too, Joe, I wonder about not so much the defensive play calling, but the scheme and why you have a Robert Spillane trying to cover Devon Achane, because that is, again, you mentioned at a 4.3 speed, a dominant receiving back, a quick guy out of the backfield against a Robert Spillane who has shown flashes in coverage, but it just doesn't feel like a good matchup to me. He's more of a bruising linebacker, a guy in the second level who's going to fill a gap and stuff the run and give you a shot in pass pro, but again, you can't have him ISO'd on a guy like Achane. So hopefully they can give him help against Jalen Warren this week. I think that's probably their plan. Vrabel mentioned Jalen Warren a few times this week, so I'm convinced that they're keying in on him. So we'll see if we can get improvement there, because that has definitely been the most glaring issue on the defensive side of the ball. In the secondary too, we'll see if Christian Gonzalez comes back. I'm not holding my breath on that just yet. So
yeah, I just like that he's questionable, and if he's out there, I'll take it. But I think next week against Buffalo is when they really need him.
That's what I'm going with right now. I'm not necessarily expecting Gonzalez this week. The questionable thing Look, he was limited all week. If he was able to ramp up to a full participant today, even on a lighter walkthrough Friday, that would have given me a little bit more hope. But even the way Vrabel talked about it this week, he was kind of coy. He said there could be a chance. They have to report out if he's limited, which means he's out there slowly working back. I think they're going to be more careful and, like you said, get him fully ready and healthy for Carolina the following week.
All right, Mike, we've been having fun. We're doing a social video.
Okay.
Give me your anytime touchdown for the Patriots this weekend.
Anytime touchdown for the Patriots this weekend, I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs gets it. Big baby announcement this weekend with Cardi B.
Oh, that's right.
He might be playing with a little bit of dad strength this week, so I'll go with him.
He's going to need the money, Mike.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I'll go with Diggs. I think they get him his first one on the goal line, obviously, front of the Drillex Stadium crowd. Maybe it's call it a little slide route or something. Get out there and get in the flat and score, and get Foxborough fired up again. As they haven't been in recent years. So I'm going to go with Diggs.
Stephon Diggs plus 215 right now. Anytime touchdown score here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Not bad.
All right, he's Mike Hadlick, everybody. Thank you, Mike. Enjoy the pizza. Enjoy your weekend, and have fun at the game this weekend.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, as always.
You got it, buddy. He's Mike Hadlick, everybody. SI.com, CLNS, and he's got Dedham House of Pizza, which I know very well. He's right across from the courthouse, if you know where that is. Let's go to the headlines. I'm Joe.
Love me some Greek pizza, by the way.
Oh, you know what? I grew up on Greek pizza.
Me too.
There's nothing like a nice, oily, Greek pizza.
Crisp.
Thick, crisp. You can rub the back of it with your finger.
Oh, it's so good. I had to explain Greek pizza to River here.
I asked River about pizza in Burlington, Vermont, where he's from the other night. Some guy told me that it's the best pizza he ever had. And I went, I have to drive to Burlington, Vermont to get pizza? I'm not doing that.
No, I wouldn't do that either. That's a drive, man.
Yeah, I'm out. Unless I'm there. Lake Champlain, you want to bring me a pizza, I'm in. All right, we'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, the Red Sox are in action right now. They trail the Rays 3-2. Garrett Crochet struggling, giving up 2 home runs tonight. But Alex Bregman, is he heating up? Is he listening? He went deep. 3-2 right now. Top of the 4th, but the Red Sox are threatening. Patriots and Steelers, you just heard it there. Christian Gonzalez listed as questionable. He was limited today at practice. Everybody, though, was accounted for at practice. Mac Jones will get the start this week for the 49ers. Jaden Daniels will miss time, so that means that Marcus Mariota will get the start. Headlines, they are brought to you by Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes, 100% employee-owned. Your go-to independent lumberyard partner with CCL and CCL Homescapes for all your building needs right in Abington. I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
We'll do in or out at the top of the hour here. Got some people waiting on hold. Got Patriots, Steelers this weekend. And our buddy Benny is in Oxford. Hey, Benny.
Hey, what's going on, Jack? That's what I do, man.
What's going on? Are you working at the bar today? What's going on?
Working at the banner, man. All these people getting ready to leave the Woo Sox, make their way down.
Nice, man. I was
waiting for you to come on down, have a drink.
I can't wait to get down. I was at Polar Park recently, but I'll get down. You know what? I'm gonna be there someday. I'll hit you up beforehand, and we'll do it up right.
All right, that's what I like to hear. And I'll be quick. I feel like this weekend, I know big talks about Gonzo, his injury, but Keon White, fully, like you said, he's healthy. I want to see him finally show up. You know, he talked in the offseason, how it feels good to be coached again. You have two monsters in the middle of the D line. Like now's a good weekend for you to show up and put your money where your mouth is. Like him and Landry, I feel like should have some pretty decent games. A pretty decent game this weekend. Well, I would expect them to, because Aaron Rodgers is kind of a stiff back there, not mobility wise. So I'd like to see him show up this weekend.
You know what's funny? I think Keon White might be inactive. I don't even know if like right at some point would they go Efton Chisholm and like sit somebody? I don't know, man.
If he's inactive, like, come on, man. This is his third year, right? Keon White?
Yeah, but he missed 2 days of practice this week.
Like, come on, man. What are we doing? Yeah, I want to see Chisholm out there. I want to see him get some reps. Again, just another short guy that can move quick and be open. I don't smoke, man.
All right, bro. Love you, Benny. Did some guy just pass Benny a joint? Did that just happen? Did anybody catch that? Did somebody pass Benny a joint and he goes, "I don't smoke, man"? And that's why I hung up on him.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear? Yeah, at the end, he was having there was something. He works at he's a bartender, and he must call in listening. And then he just in the middle of his take he goes, "I don't smoke, man." And it was like, what were you doing, bro?
Hey, you cool, man?
You passing the doom? Paul's in Rhode Island. Paul.
Hey, my man. Thank you for taking my call. Listen, I'm going to go with the Patriots by 7.
Okay.
I'm going to go with also, I'm going to go, this is the last year that the coach for Iowa Hawkeyes, coach
Kirk Ferentz.
Ferenc. Yeah, I think he's going to the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
They're tied right now against Rutgers.
Yeah.
It's 14-14, but they're...
Joe, you're the college guy.
Yeah.
You're the encyclopedia of the college football.
Thank you.
Nobody knows better than you, but I think he's going to the NFL.
Well, I'll tell you this much. He has a lot of local ties here. He has local ties. Was at UNH, the offensive line coach. He's a fantastic. The thing is, Iowa needs a quarterback, bro. Like, if they could actually have... They got the top quarterback from FCS, by the way, this year.
Yeah.
But he's Gronowski is his name. And they're struggling tonight. Tied 14-14. But Rutgers, hey, man, Shiano's got that program rolling.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yep. So I think Rutgers wins tonight.
I don't think I think they're going to pull it off. Right. Only because I think that this guy needs a bump. He needs a bump.
Yeah,
because
he gets paid a lot of money in college, man. It's hard to leave college.
I know.
I actually think Shiano has a better shot at going back to the NFL than Ferentz.
You're right.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I like being right. A lot of bumps going on. Is wrestling on?
Yeah, SmackDown's on somewhere.
All right. No, what I do is I don't watch. I wait till I get home. Tonight, you know what tonight might be, Jeff, for me? A lot of people call the show to ask what they should eat on the way home. I feel like tonight might be when I leave here tonight, maybe I'll get something to eat on the way home and watch maybe some late night football.
There's 2 games going on right now. I don't know if there's any more afterwards.
Well, we could watch SmackDown. I got a lot to catch up on. TNA last night, which we had the Hardy Boys in studio, and so I'm sure you saw that. Bound for Glory, Songus Arena, Dudley's versus Hardys for the last time. It's on 98.5thesportshub.com if you want to watch the interview. We got into it, though. We talked. I asked him about, so Matt and I are cool. Like I've met him.
I would have had some good questions for him.
Matt and I are cool. Jeff, I got to tell you, man, I really like him. And it's weird because I think he realizes he's got another life. You know?
He's had more than another life. He's had a few.
And I asked him if he would do a swanton right here. I forget. Oh, no, it was Mark, our intern. I go, will you swanton our intern right here? And he was like, I don't know, man.
1999 Jeff Hardy would have.
And then I showed them the Celsius fridge in the back, and they liked it. So,
did Matt say, it's wonderful?
He did. He goes, it's wonderful. And then they did a delete. And I brought in the Brother Nero stuff. We talked about the Bray. So there was an unread or a storyline that never happened, but Matt and Bray were tag team champs, if you remember.
I remember that.
And I remember the Hardy compound match or whatever.
Yes.
So there was going to be one where he actually turned on the Wyatts to go with the Hardys. It never happened. And then Jeff was talking. Do you know Jeff does all his own face paint?
Yeah, I've seen videos of him doing it. Yeah.
And then when the Bray passed, he started making teeth on his lips, and that was after the Fiend. So if you ever see him so it was cool.
A lot of those guys used to do that. I remember Sting used to do his own. I think Warrior did his own too.
We talked about that. He said he never got to meet Warrior though, Jeff.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Hey, it's weird because if you look at those two, right? I think Jeff was probably the better performer as far as championship goes, individual.
The charisma and everything, yeah.
But Matt, I think his production and ideas and skill and like reinvention, it's like they're like really like an ultimate tag team. Like the way they balance each other out, you know. Like Jeff just had to be great.
Do you
Matt
remember how over Jeff was in like 2008?
I asked him, but he said no. But I heard a rumor that at WrestleMania this year, Randy Orton's opponent was going to be Jeff Hardy. And last minute, it turned into Joe Hendry. But when I asked Matt a month ago about it, he goes, yep. And when I asked Jeff about it, he said he had no clue about it. You know. And then I don't know what's kayfabe anymore.
Did you ask him about the Sting match?
No.
I would have.
I wanted to ask. I wanted to get a Bischoff question in there. No, you know, we talked about his drug use and alcoholism, and he said he's clean and sober, and they looked it, and yeah, it was fun. I get some wrestling stuff in or out tonight. You ready for that? I threw a few in there. You might have a few. Let's have some fun. It's in or out, and this hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by our good friends over at Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandoilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra through oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out? We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
got bailed. That's 3-2 right now. Bottom of the fifth inning, though. We'll keep you posted on any changes in that one. Patriots and Steelers will meet on Sunday. Will Christian Gonzalez play? We don't know yet, but he's listed as questionable. Mac Jones will play for the 49ers this week. No Brock Purdy. Also, Marcus Mariota will play for Jaden Daniels, who will not play this week. Headlines, they are brought to you by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning day or night. Always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Here's Pasternak, high slot. Right circle to Zaka. Sends one across. McAvoy shot, and he scores!
The Bruins play here.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Done a deal with AMC, and you can watch her new video and her soiree.
They're going to be packed.
Yeah.
Those.
I saw the Eras tour. I went with 90.
Oh, you did?
I went with 98.5 The Sports up to the Loop in Methuen.
Oh, jeez. Was that before they had the cockroach infestation?
I don't know about that. No, I love the Loop, and I love everybody over there. It was a great time.
I'm not speaking out of the school here.
I will say, though, someone did theft a Taylor Swift cardboard cutout, and it wasn't me. No, but it was like a listener. They really wanted the Taylor Swift cutout. I had fun. I actually enjoyed the Eras tour. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm in on this because she's bypassing Hollywood, and I love that.
Yeah,
she's like
she does her
keeping
own
the
thing.
movie theaters going, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah, no, you have to do that.
That's why I'm in.
Okay. I respect that. Do you respect this, though? Funfetti, the cupcake cake mix that we all love, especially the frosting with the rainbow bits in it. They're releasing a sourdough mix after Taylor Swift says she's been baking rainbow bread. I'm in on this, too.
I love Funfetti.
I love that, too. It's so good. I'm such a fat kid when it comes to, like, cakes and cupcakes.
You know what's funny? You're either like, I'm both. I'm food and dessert.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that are just food, no dessert. I don't know if the sweets get some people like Zoe's like that.
Oh, really?
Zoe could eat food,
that's right.
but he doesn't
Capello
do
always
sweets.
busts his chops about that.
Yeah. I love Funfetti. Oh,
it's so good with the frosting too.
You know, Cheesecake Factory should make a Funfetti cheesecake.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think they do.
I think if you look up, I think they.
Nope. Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, and I see something here.
Oh, I do see something. The vegan birthday cake, Funfetti cheesecake.
It's a celebration cheesecake. It's similar.
Nope.
It's not. Oh, here we go. Gotta say Funfetti in it, right?
Nope.
Are you looking at it? Look at it.
I'm looking at it.
You don't think that's Funfetti?
It looks like a knockoff.
Well, yeah, they can't. They need to. They'll have to pay Pillsbury. They got their own, bottom line to take care of. Looks good though. I'm gonna go get me a piece of that tomorrow, I think.
Taylor loves sourdough, and she's been like talking about sourdough. Which, did you know that San Francisco is like the sourdough? And guess where the Super Bowl is this year? San Francisco.
I thought Rice-A-Roni was the San Francisco
treat. That's the San Francisco. Ding ding. I feel like chicken tonight. Like
he was cutting the Rice-A-Roni deal.
Next.
All right. So Stephen A. Smith listed his top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Hated this.
You don't like the list at all?
Just go, and then we'll get it.
All right, here we go. So I'll go 5 through 1. Number 5, the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk. 4, The Rock. 3, Hulk Hogan. 2, Ric Flair. 1, Goldberg.
Who the hell has Goldberg number 1 out?
Stephen A. Smith has Goldberg
Why?
number 1.
No, don't get me
He's
wrong.
a WCW mark.
Was there a bigger product of the wrestling business than Goldberg?
No.
So, maybe that's where he's looking at it like that.
Mm-hmm.
He had a great run, undefeated streak, all that. But in the end, Goldberg was too dangerous. He put people's lives at risk. I mean, him and Bret Hart.
He ended Bret's career.
And then in WWE, his run sucked.
Yeah. It had much to be desired.
And he went away for so long, it was almost like...
Then he came back and squashed Brock. had a little run here and there, stole the title from guys like Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens.
Technically, if anybody was a product of the business and almost ruined the business, it was Bill Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
I actually do respect what Goldberg did. I do. Because he was just fed to the line, right? He was fed.
You're gonna tell these guys want to make you a machine and put you at the top? You're gonna say no?
Yeah, and you know what? It probably filled his ego because
absolutely,
he fit the part, no doubt. It's just I would never have. The Road Warriors could be the best tag team of all time, even though I love Matt and Jeff Hardy.
I'm a big Dudley's guy.
So Devon's got in big time shape, dude. That's how they're doing this.
Yeah.
Devon's come back, dude.
And Bubba's always stayed in very good shape.
He's an average athlete. Do you remember Jay Stu said that to him?
Oh, yeah.
He was pissed.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen Brother Ray there get upset with fans.
I've met all the Dudleys. I've met Spike Dudley as well.
I don't think I've met Spike.
Yeah,
I met Devon and Bubba.
He did a event with Cardona, and met him there. Next.
All right. So the iPhone 17 dropped today. Are you going to get one? Are you in or out?
My phone keeps telling me to do an update, and I'm afraid.
I just did the iOS 26 update.
How'd it go?
It's not bad. Everything's a little too enhanced because of this magic mirror, whatever they got gimmick going on now. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll get used to it.
Do you think is everything now in the world just making it to have it, and then the next one's already coming out?
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. I got insulted recently. I went to go get a new phone charger at a place, and the guy goes, "Oh, you got one of the oldies." I go, "What do you mean oldies?" He goes, "You got one of those cheap phones." I go, "This wasn't cheap."
No.
But so one time I bought a grill, and what that look? Oh, one of the cheapies. And I was like, "No, I'm not a cheap. I don't like that. Out on judging me for what I'm buying. Maybe it's in my budget. Maybe I save for it. Maybe it's all I have.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all I can afford. We shouldn't be judging people. Out
on judging.
I will say, though, the iPhone 17 is designed with contoured edges, thinner borders, and a durable material like ceramic shield. Looks and stays beautiful. You can see and do more of everything with the 6.3-inch Super Retina display screen for smoother scrolling and more immersive gaming with ProMotion.
I don't game on my phone, though.
Does that do anything for you?
No, but I do need a new phone, so I might be looking into a 17.
All right. What else we got? Anything else? We got Bill Spiros coming up in a little bit.
So we got one last one to do. A new report reveals that streaming giant Netflix is considering placing a bid to buy Warner Brothers. Paramount's also in talks to try and take them on, but are you in or out on this? This just all these corporations are absorbing one another.
I'm going somewhere. You'll appreciate this.
Okay.
Let's talk wrestling for a second.
Sure.
Who just signed a big deal with Netflix?
AEW. Oh, WWE.
Okay.
AEW's with WB, though.
There we go. Mm-hmm. So, who is TNA now partnering with?
WWE.
So, if Netflix buys them,
is this like back in 2000 when WWE went to TNN and ECW was already there?
But what I'm trying to say is, if it happens, could WWE own the TNA platform, the AEW platform, their own platforms?
Netflix owns WWE.
Yeah, but would AEW be on Netflix and WWE be on Netflix?
Yeah, if that's the case.
See, I think that it's different. I think the other way around. I think WWE is only partnering with TNA so they can control where they have their shows. And, for example, if WWE's in Atlanta, that means that AEW can't be somewhere else in Georgia. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like there's this big conspiracy that WWE's trying to buy everything so AEW has nowhere to go.
Is it smelly?
Yep. Smelly. Did you hear they put that in the 3 up, 3 down this week?
No, I did not.
I loved it. Yeah, but that one, keep an eye on that one. I don't think we'll see AEW. I'm wearing an AEW shirt. It was the only thing I could find tonight. And it was you looked at me when I wore it too.
I gave you a little look, yeah.
Well,
I'm not the biggest AEW fan.
It's the NWO.
Yeah, it's a bite. Where'd you get that off? WrestlingTees.com?
The guys at Boom Boom Games gave it to me.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I believe it was
proud supporter of the Fonz.
Like Arthur Fonzarelli?
Hey! Fonz Gaming.
Oh.
Fastest growing men's gaming league for men over 30.
All right, well, let's keep gaming with Bill Spiros. Thank you, Jeff. That's in or out tonight. Hopefully the smell of an Italian sub doesn't get worse as the night goes on. Hopefully we don't lose River. After I eat, I like to take a... Oh, Jeff, I got a story for you. I'll do that later in Musings. I ate something yesterday that, man, oh, baby. It was a big one.
All right, let's break.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Now with the Brook Casino and expand.
and this is my media flex. I was bestowed the nickname by one Adam Schefter when I worked with Adam in Denver way back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I was the NFL editor and the night sports editor of the Denver Post, so I worked with Adam every day. And, of course, in Denver, the local games, kick off like 2 o'clock, so he'd be done about 6, and occasionally he'd come by the office after deadline to grab some papers, and he saw me in there ranting and yelling at people on deadline, throwing things around the newsroom. So he said, "You remind me of the Tuna." So that stuck. That's been my unofficial nickname for 25 years now. And I owe it all to Shefty.
Well, Adam Schefter is making careers and still doing his thing. Speaking of the Tuna, Bill Parcells will go into the Patriots Hall of Fame this week or tomorrow. Thinking about it, right? Has anybody had that type of split? You could make the argument the Parcells split is worse than the Belichick split. You could really make that argument. There was lawsuits, right? There was compensation. There were draft picks. Curtis Martin ended up there years later. Like, it was franchise altering for a long time. So I'll go on a limb and say that the Parcells departure was worse than the Belichick departure. And quite frankly, the fact they're bringing him back, he's deserving, but it's surprising.
Well, there are only 4 coaches in the history of the New York Jets that do not have a losing record. And 2 of them are Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Everyone forgets that the first time Belichick was coach of the Jets was after Parcells left the Patriots in 1997, and I was working in Bridgeport, Connecticut at the time, and I still remember my headline, "Counterfeit Bill," because remember, that's when Parcells was going to be in the advisory role, but Belichick was going to be the head coach. And that triggered the whole fiasco with the then Commissioner Tagliabue and the compensation. But that was the first time that Belichick was coach of the Jets for like 20 minutes, was back then when Parcells, after he left the Patriots. So the Parcells story with the Patriots is so deep-rooted that, a lot of folks may not realize this, but Parcells predated Robert Kraft. He was hired by James Ortwine, who was an heir to the Bush family, as in Bush beer. And he hired Parcells because he was hell-bent on moving the Patriots to St. Louis. And when that deal fell through, that's when he sold the team to Kraft. And, Kraft had the lease on the stadium and the parking, so he had the leverage. That's how he got the team. So when Robert Kraft bought the Patriots, Bill Belichick was already here.
Yep.
So you have to think about that. Now, of course, this was 31 years ago. In 1994, $200 million, that was real money. But, you weren't going to buy the Patriots and fire Bill Parcells. So Kraft and Parcells, they were 2 alpha males in their early 50s at the time. They're both 84 this year, by the way, which goes a long way as to why what's happening is happening. But at that time, you had a guy who had just bought the Patriots after being a fan his entire life, kind of clawed his way up the ladder with some help from his in-laws' family. And then you had Parcells, who was Parcells, who had, turned the Giants into their own little mini dynasty and was the Tuna, and, said, "I coached Lawrence Taylor and, won a Super Bowl with Phil Simms and Jeff Hostetler. Who are you?" So there was there was conflict right off the bat. And to wit, the grocery line, when Parcells wanted to draft actually didn't want to draft Terry Glenn, I should say. And, of course, one of the chapters in Jeff Benedict's book about the Patriots, the dynasty, is just called She. And when I was reading the book and I turned to that page and I just saw the word She, I laughed for about 20 minutes. Because, of course, that's what Parcells allegedly did, call Terry Glenn in the draft room. So, you had all this drama and all this, intrigue that was going on in Foxborough. I mean, they don't call it the Kremlin on Route 1 for nothing. And again, this was pre-Belichick. This was pre-Belichickian, intrigue and pre-Belichickian dysfunction. But, what Parcells did was he made the Patriots legitimate. That's what he did. Belichick and Brady made him winners. Parcells made the Patriots legitimate, even though they had gone to the Super Bowl before with, Grogan, and they got mauled by the Bears. They were never a legitimate team until they hired Parcells. And even, really getting into it, Drew Bledsoe was not a slam dunk number 1 pick in 1993. There were a lot of people who wanted to take Rick Meyer out of Notre Dame. So, give Parcells credit for that call, too. So, no, he made the Patriots legitimate. They were no longer the Patsies by the time he left town. We still had some Patriots dysfunction. It took Brady to purge that. But Belichick, Robert Kraft owes a lot to Parcells, both financially in terms of the value that he added to the team and the fact that he made the team not a joke.
Talking to Bill Spiros, bookies.com. While we're at it, I remember that Super Bowl. It was 1997, the 96 season. Andre Rison over the top, Desmond Howard, Brett Favre threw his helmet off, Reggie White had a career game. Drew Bledsoe was good, Ben Coates was good, but they lost. And I just think about that, and it brings up the next discussion. In your opinion, Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre?
It's a good one. It's a good discussion. Probably Rodgers. I think Rodgers is a better quarterback in terms of like the functionality of a quarterback. Like he's a better passer. He has a better arm. Yeah. He's far more accurate than Favre ever was. Favre had large cojones as a player. He took a lot of risks, but they paid off. But I think Rodgers is a much better quarterback from a mechanical and a passing standpoint. But they both rank equally on the winner chart. And if you're in Green Bay, downing a pitcher of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, which I drank many of those at my Marquette, that argument has probably been raging for a good 30 years now.
I would just say that I think Favre beat better opponents, also gave away opportunities to be more successful as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was a huge risk taker, obviously, in his personal life, as we've seen since he retired. He's a gambler.
Yep.
Probably literally, if not figuratively, for sure. And, Rodgers is obviously a lot more sanguine. He's a lot more, I think, into the, process. I don't think Brett Favre was very into process.
Mm-hmm. How about this weekend? Would you rather Aaron Rodgers or Drake May?
This weekend, look, Drake, I think he dropped one last week, and I don't mean the ball. I think one of his two lowered, in the progression to manhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other one's going to fall this week, and he's going to be a full grown man this week. I really like the Patriots a lot. I'd like him to win this game outright. And so this Sunday, I think, the way the Patriots appear to be structuring that offense with a lot of tight ends and a lot of running, I'd probably rather have Drake May this weekend. I don't know what you're going to get with the Steelers. They got they kind of have a Dolphins-like feel to them almost. They just didn't look good last week at all. And they kind of quit in that game. They got smoked at home by Sam Darnold. So I'm not sold on the Steelers at all. And I remember when we talked last week and we talked about the mistakes the Patriots made. They were all mistakes of commission against the Raiders, and it seems like they fixed almost every single one of those last week. And as long as Drake Mighty doesn't give the game away in the fourth quarter or something like that, I think they're going to win this thing.
All right, Bill, before we let you go here, I know you posted about how to watch sports, and if you ever listen to Mike Felger, he's very animated about how to watch streams. So I just wanted to get your opinion on how to watch all the college football games and all the NFL games this weekend. How do you feel about the many different ways?
Well, I did watch I was listening this afternoon when they were talking about that, and that I posted a tweet, and I listed all the networks and streaming services you need to watch all the college football games tomorrow. And I think 18 of them. They run the gamut from the traditional 3 networks to 4 different ESPN channels to 2 ACC. And you also need a CBS Sports. There are games on the CW this year. And you still have a Mountain West network, and there's still a Big Ten network and something called Scripps. So I count 18 different networks. This week in New York, Front Office Sports did what was called the Tuned In Summit, and they had all the heads of the leagues and all the heads of the networks. And that was a huge discussion about how broadcast rights and broadcast games are now being balkanized all over the place, where you need, just to watch the NFL this year. I did the math. If you wanted to watch every NFL game this year and you wanted to get the Sunday ticket, even the cheapest Sunday ticket possible, it still costs you about $700 because you need to get a subscription for Netflix for 1 month for Christmas. You need Amazon Prime. You need some sort of broadcast mechanism to get your local games. You need the Sunday ticket. And you also need an ESPN package and a Peacock or NBC package. So, yeah, it costs a lot of money, and it's very confusing. And I think we're in the middle of it right now, kind of like where we are with gambling. We're still in the middle of gambling in terms of how to figure everything out. But I would imagine another year or two of this, and you're probably going to see, at least in terms of the NFL, because of the antitrust exemption, you're probably going to see some pushback from Washington, because they do have an antitrust exemption, as does baseball. So I think you're never going to see a Super Bowl played outside the United States. That's never going to happen. You're never going to see a Super Bowl that's not available on broadcast television, because, again, the Senate's never going to allow. They'll tell the NFL your antitrust exemption is gone. If you move the Super Bowl out of the U.S., your antitrust exemption is gone. If you move the Super Bowl to a streaming network or pay platform. So there are certain things that are never going to happen. Even this year with that YouTube game on that Friday night, it was a disaster. Nobody watched it. The stream was terrible. And that is, a quasi violation of the broadcast law that says the NFL can't broadcast games on Friday nights because of high school football. So they're too cute by half and putting it on YouTube. But even that has caught the eyes of some people in the Senate. The Senate's the one in charge of the antitrust exemption. So this is a mess right now, and people getting crushed because they have to spend a ton of money, and it is a pain, to figure out 18 streaming services to watch college football, or maybe half a dozen every Sunday to watch the NFL. And, to Tony Maz's point about, how his son can't log into the MLB network in Arizona because the credit card zip code on the account is in Boston. And so the Red Sox games are automatically blacked out. It's a mess. But there's so much money being made right now that I'm not sure that mess is going to be fixed up for a while.
All right, final one for me. A couple of minutes here left. I went on a big rant tonight about how Julian Edelman should not make the NFL Hall of Fame. And if we are going to have the discussion, you need to start with Wes Welker. Wes Welker did more in his 6 years in New England than Julian Edelman did in his 9 years in the NFL. But when you look at postseason honors, the only person that you can put in the same category as Julian Edelman is Jerry Rice. So my comp is Hines Ward. Hines Ward won 2 championships. He was a Super Bowl MVP. He's been on the ballot 9 times. He had great regular season and postseason numbers and is not in the Hall of Fame. So therefore, although he is a fantastic postseason player, one of the best of all time, he will not make the Hall of Fame.
I know this name inflames a lot of people, and I'm doing this more as a statistical comparison, but Edelman's a lot like Kurt Schilling. He had awesome postseason numbers.
Said that too. Yep.
Regular season, not so much. Don't forget, in 2016, Brady missed the first 4 games of the season because of the ideal gas law and judicial injustice. And then he almost ran the table, became Super Bowl 51 MVP. Julian Edelman, 2 years later, missed the first 4 games of the 2018 season due to his PED suspension, was the Super Bowl 53 MVP. So you got to give him credit for that. Maybe we can get Drake May popped for gambling or something. Maybe get him a 4-game suspension next year, and then he can run the table too. I don't know, but Edelman. I don't see him as a Hall of Famer either, but I see him as a clutch player. I mean, he was clutch, right? And if he's in the Hall of Fame or not in the Hall of Fame, doesn't matter to me. As a Patriots fan and as a guy who covered the team and covered that Super Bowl in Atlanta, I thought it was great. And he had it was a hell of a story, as he said in his in that video. A guy getting popped, missing 4 games, and then becoming Super Bowl MVP. And I thought it was a great story. And of course, the national media lost its mind over it.
Oh, it's a crazy story. Can you believe that Bill Parcells and Julian Edelman together in the Hall of Fame in the same year?
Talk about the two most unlikely Patriot personalities. Like if you had a arc of Patriot personalities through history, like Parcells would be on one side and Edelman and Gronk would be on the other. Literally. And everybody else would be in between.
I'm wondering if there's a day, Bill, where I talked to Satch Sanders years ago when he finally got in the Hall of Fame. He got in through the Veterans Committee, and he felt as though because there were so many Celtics in the Hall of Fame that they were going to hold guys out. And I'm wondering if that's another reason why maybe you will never see Edelman, Wes Welker, Vince Wilfork, just those kind of guys ever in the Hall of Fame, even Willie McGinnis for that matter, another great postseason player, most sacks in postseason history. These guys probably just won't make the playoffs because they weren't the Gronk, Brady, Seymour guys that are already, or Ty Law for that matter.
Oh, it's funny, you mentioned Satch, and there were 5 Hall of Famers in that cluster that he played with. And, a lot of times they were on the court at the same time. And, Russell, to his everlasting credit, always said, hey, it was these other guys. It wasn't just me. But, to your point, if you played with Tom Brady, that's a pretty big shadow, right? That's a massive shadow. So if it's borderline between Edelman, who, like you said, wasn't like a dynastic player in the regular season, and someone who played elsewhere, like even Hines Warden didn't win 3 Super Bowls or 4 Super Bowls, but, put up better numbers. I think when you're voting in the Hall of Fame, you're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the guy who didn't have Tom Brady, right? Because it's much more of his accomplishment. Even though, you don't know how well that guy would have played with Tom Brady either. I think with Satch, it was that way. He was a great player on his own, but he was also on the court with Bill Russell, Casey Jones, Sam Jones, John Havlicek. So it's kind of hard to stand out when you're in that crowd. And I think with a lot of these Patriots, like you're saying, like they were great players, but they were playing in the shadow of Brady. I mean, how long has the Brady-Belichick debate been going on? And it's like, hey, what about Teddy Bruschi and Willie McGinnis and William Malloy and Ty Law and Dante Hightower making a play against Seattle? There's a million great defensive plays and players that were on those teams, and they never even make the cut on the discussion table.
Yep. All right, Bill. Love the hey, we let you tonight. We let you shop for the groceries, and we let you cook the dinner.
Oh, man. You know what? I feel like I am the entire Shaw's Star Market. Definitely produce, bakery, and I definitely hit the deli tonight. I feel like I got at least 3 of the main departments of the grocery store: bakery, deli, and produce. 100%.
Well, you can hear
and it's because I know you guys don't even get plastic bags up there, but I brought my own plastic bags from Florida before I went to Shaw's and Star Market. So I did all that, and I'm walking out with groceries in plastic bags.
Well, I pay for my bag when I go, even though I can just reuse it. I don't know why, but I do it every time. But you'll hear me next on the Shaw's and Star Market Patriots postgame show. So you can tune into that this weekend. Bill, great job, my man. Well, great insight on the history of Bill Parcells, and enjoy all the streaming services this weekend, my man.
I should make a run at trying to watch all 18 channels tomorrow of college football. Believe it or not, I actually think I have them all. Although actually, I don't have CW. That's the one thing that DirecTV doesn't have. I can get that over the air though in Orlando if I stick a antenna to my dog's head and run him down the street. I think I can pick it up.
Yeah, I'm going to be like Garfield this weekend with lots of lasagna and football.
Yep.
All right, Bill. Appreciate you
when I posted that.
I did see that, and I thought of Garfield. Exactly.
I did that. I think everybody's feeling like that. It's like 18 channels. What the hell is going on? Just give me the day when Keith Jackson came on at 3:30 and gave us like Michigan and Ohio State or something like that, Nebraska and Oklahoma. It was so much easier back then.
He's Bill Spiros, bookies.com. Check him out. Bill, appreciate you, bud. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you, Joe.
You got it. I'm Keith Jackson, the sophomore from Alabama. Whoa, Nelly. I'm Keith Jackson. We'll go to the headlines. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox just took a 4-3 lead over Tampa Bay. Jarren Duran went deep. You know who else went deep? Alex Bregman. I'll just keep crushing him until he just keeps doing better. 4-3 right now. Red Sox in the top of the 8th inning. The Patriots Steelers this weekend. Everybody was accounted for today at practice, including Christian Gonzalez, listed as questionable. Headlines. They are brought to you by our good friends over at the Commuter Rails. Celebrate World Car Free Day on Monday. You just take the train. Plus, don't forget to ride free after 9 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night. Visit massbytrain.com/things to do and get tickets with the M-Ticket app. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update soon.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Musings coming up in a little bit. Show me the money. 10:35 tonight. So stay tuned for that. 617-779-0985. We'll hopefully get the finals of the Red Sox game as well. But on the line with us right now, he was in studio last night. It's Justin from Lynn. Justin, how you doing?
Hey, Joe. I wanted to just tell you, when I was on hold, I was very frustrated with this Red Sox team, and they said have turned it around. But, I mean, they need to win this series this weekend if they're going to do anything in the playoffs. Because we talked about it last night, Joe. They need to be more consistent here down the stretch, and they cannot lose the series to the Rays.
You worried about what Garrett Crochet did tonight?
Yes, I am, because he's struggled, Joe, and I think it was more a command thing with him. I think his command was off. A lot of his pitches were going to the outside, and he just seemed a little off tonight. But he got his way through it. He was good enough.
Yeah. Did you have fun at the studio yesterday?
Yes, I did, Joe. And thanks to you, thanks to Scaz, thanks to everybody that had me in. I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting.
Yeah.
And Joe,
yeah.
I just want to tell you, you're a mentor in my career. I really appreciate it.
Justin, I appreciate that. You're a mentor of mine, too.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Justin. I'm glad you had fun. We loved having you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Take care, man. It's Justin from Lynn. We had him in studio yesterday. Jeff, he was breaking down takes. He was talking about second level and linemen. And he was crushing it.
He knows his stuff, man.
It's awesome. And he loved it. And actually the funniest thing was off the air. I have a video of it. I'll post it at some point. But Maz came over to meet him. And he goes, Maz, the Red Sox, they need to shape up and someone needs to say something about it. And Maz was like, yep, we do. You're right. No, but it was just he saw Maz and was like, someone's got to tell him. And it was just so funny because
get back in John Henry's booth and talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking that he was looking at Maz you better talk to John Henry.
Talk to your boy.
I laughed so hard at that. And when I saw Maz today, he goes, I like that kid. I was like, yeah, I'm glad he told you what to do. Thought that was funny. So shout out to Justin from Lynn, everybody. We got the Musings. We got the final hour of the show. We'll do all that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Take Murray's got all sorts on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
Sunday, the weather.
Oh, you're going?
Yes.
You're in the 300s.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long that lasts.
We'll see.
We might be moving around.
There you go. I told people this, but I went golfing yesterday. I didn't really golf. I went.
Mini golfing?
Went in the cart, hit a couple of balls, sweated, then went back to the 19th hole. But the size of the steak, bro, that I ate. So, you know what you do with leftover steak, right? Steak and eggs, baby. This morning, fried up a couple. I put the steak out of the fridge and right on the pan. And then I took it off the pan, put it on a cutting board.
But you got to let it get to room temperature, though, right?
Exactly what I did. I kind of ended up doing that, put it back on, and then it was beautiful. And I put it in a tortilla wrap. Yeah, like the small one, not like a big one. Little small tortilla, like
so
a taco.
Everything was spilling out of it?
Nope. What I did was I cooked it, and then I put it in an upside down. So you know your burners or like your microwave has like that little tray with the like the silver thing.
Yeah.
So if you put them on there, they stay in cup. So when you pull them off, they're stuck like this.
See, I have like a little gimmick that like does that for me.
Do you know that? I guess your oven is supposed to do that for you too. Like if you just put them on your oven. I've been watching weird ways to do this. The other thing I do is I put it on my burner on my stove.
Sure, it's not AI.
No. So, and I also have little, like, they're not ramekins, but they're like little silver that you can like put like a stack of tacos on. I have one of those too, but I don't like to take that out because I only use 2.
You only eat 2 tacos?
No, breakfast wraps.
Oh, I get you.
So technically they're breakfast tortillas, but I call them wraps.
Tortillas.
I know, but it's Napoleon Dynamite.
No, I know. Have you seen the menu?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So that you didn't get my reference.
No, I didn't get it.
These are tortillas.
I've heard about this show. Was it a movie or show?
A movie.
Okay, it's a movie. I gotta check that out. Been a little out of touch lately on like television and shows.
I'm trying to like get back into it.
Well, once it gets cold, you'll be home. What did you do? Didn't you do something with your daughter this summer? What was it? I know you went to see Pearl Jam.
Oh, we went and saw Goo Goo Dolls together.
Oh, that was in
Guilford.
That was in Guilford. I heard that show ruled.
It was a very good show. And then I brought her to go see Creed in Manchester.
How was that?
That was great. Arms wide open. That was.
Were you like, children, don't stop dancing. Believe you can fly away. No,
I have no idea what you're singing.
It was called the name of the song. Children Don't Stop Dancing. It was the one that they did at the halftime of Cowboys.
Oh, I'm not familiar with
Or
that.
is that Higher?
Oh, Higher?
Did they do Higher?
They did Higher. Yeah.
Did they do Hold me now?
Oh, of course.
I'm 6 feet from the edge.
Maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
Whenever I first heard that riff, I grabbed the guitar and I went, nope. Mark Tremonti, though, is fantastic.
So good.
He's, I don't know if he gets enough credit almost. And his work in Alter Bridge was outstanding as well. You know, he sang at Saratoga this year because it was supposed to be the Belmont, but they played it at Saratoga. He was the guy who sang, like, whatever you call that, singing before a race. Not
the national anthem?
Yeah, but not the... Not that. What they do before that.
God Bless America.
But yeah. You know what other song I like from Creed? Here we go. We're doing some Creed talk right now. I was a big Bullets fan. I think they shoot because they want me.
As it has to be, it's probably My Sacrifice.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, I love it.
Girl. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but I always go into Creed mode. I don't. It's like it's Creed mode. It's just I don't know what it is. But I always loved What's This Life For? That was a really good one. Yeah, there we go. It's Ice Cube.
What If? That's a good one.
Oh, good.
A great guitar.
Bullets is really good. And that was on that Weathered. I'm rusted and weathered. Like, I don't even know the words. I just know that.
Just like sing something, but don't say your A's or accentuate your A's.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Is like Pearl Jam had the same thing.
Oh, yeah, no. Scott Stapp was always called an Eddie Vedder ripoff.
E-I-O-U. Nah, whatever. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I've always said I liked Creed, and I had haters. Nickelback sucks, but I did like their first album. With
Daughtry opened up for Creed, and you know what? He wasn't that bad.
He's got a song that made it big.
I'm coming home.
Not that one. To the place where I belong.
You know your
Not
love
that one.
was always
He had
been
another one.
enough for me.
That was like, you could hear that at the supermarket or at the dentist.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I'm running from
these places and these faces are getting old, and I'm coming home.
So I did watch American Idol when he was on.
Oh, I did too, yeah.
I
did see Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace as well too recently.
Oh. Daughtry had another song that I really liked.
Should have saw it coming a long, long time ago.
This might have been
I got over you.
Didn't he sing for Fuel once?
I believe so. Yes.
Brett Scallions has like a throat issue. He can't sing anymore.
Well, when you sing like that, I mean, it's going to catch up to you.
Yeah, that song "Hemorrhage."
That was
like
everywhere
one of the
in
hardest
2000.
songs to sing in the world.
And Shimmer was everywhere in 1998.
That album, Sunburn was great. And then it came out with the big one for Fuel with Hemorrhage and Had a Bad Day Again. That was
Said I would not understand.
That was like 2000s, man. You were in the thick of it back then. I think like if you went to Newberry Comics at that time, there'd be like a Stained album. Probably like Break the Cycle or whatever the second one was that they had. Dashboard was out then. Man, what year was this?
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park was definitely out then. Remember you'd go to Newberry Comics and they would have that list of like the...
It was the first thing I looked at when I would walk in, and I would always buy something from there.
Well, it sounds like we have some impressions that people want to do. I'll do the birthdays in a minute here. Let's go to Jason and Quincy. Jason.
Joe, I just wanted to, before you said, what's this life for, I was going to call in, so you kind of stole my thunder. Dude, it's got to be What's This Life For. That's the best Creed song, without a doubt.
What's this life for?
I ain't here anymore.
Don't have to settle the score. Cause we all live under the
reign of the one king. Yeah, that's the one.
Thank you, sir. Cause they ain't here anymore.
This is why I got into radio right here.
Don't have to settle no goddamn score.
He doesn't say that live anymore.
He won't.
No, because I was singing and I said, "God damn it!"
Oh wait, I did say GD. Sorry. Well, it was a song lyric. I didn't say it.
No. It's not you. It's not blasphemy.
Okay. Quarters in session.
Verdict is in. No appeal on the docket today. Just my own sins.
I didn't love one. Give
to another.
I'm sure there's more that I could think of, but my brain is rotted. You ever feel like that? It's like
I'm right there with you. I've been up since 5 o'clock.
It's like you know what you know, but you just don't know. Oh, God. It's Friday night, everybody. Chad in Salem. What's up, Chad?
Hey, I'm Ubering Joe, and I was talking to the guy about Joe's Songs of Summer. Remember when you did Espresso?
Joe Espresso.
He never heard of it. Can you play a little bit of it for him in case he's listening back in his room?
Absolutely. Who's it for again? I'm sorry. What's your kid's name?
It's for Chris, the guy I was Ubering. I was telling him that this is Chad that sang on the air with you. Remember when we sang Rump Shaker?
Yeah, you did the design.
Yeah.
Did you do the design too for me?
I did the design for you.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. We did Rump Shaker together?
He wants to hear a little. We did Rump Shaker. Yep, Teddy. Ready with the 1-2 checker.
Yeah, it's Teddy. I told you I wrote a poem to a girl in 5th grade that said, I like the way you comb your hair. I like the stylish clothes you wear. It's just the little things you do that makes me want to get with you. And that was in 5th grade in the Catholic school.
And how did that end up?
I struck out. But you know what, though? How many other people are giving Rump Shaker lyrics to people in 5th grade?
That's right. So, Chris, if you're listening, you're going to hear a little bit of it now.
I mean, I could have done Shake It, Shake It, Shake It, Now Shake It. She can spend every birthday butt naked, but I didn't do that.
True.
You know, Teddy Riley went to Blackstreet after that?
Yes, I did know that.
And Dr. Dre, remember he called him the original Rump Shaker?
I do remember that, too.
Sure to get down.
Are you going to do more songs? I know it's not summer anymore. Maybe do like the songs of October or something.
We did 30 years ago, which had Seal, Kissed by a Rose. It had TLC. That was the song of the summer, I think.
All right, I got to hop. I got to get somebody. Someone's hopping in the car, Joe.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, time out. I have something I have to say.
I love this.
The morning show today. I heard it. But they always say it's everybody. The callers say that they have to let me go. Now, that happened right there. But for the most part, you know everybody wants to keep going. If I don't cut them off, it's bad, right? You know that. Just wanted to set that for the record. Birthdays real quick, and then we'll go to break to Joe Espresso because we all love Joe Espresso. Shout out to my buddy Steve in Peabody. Happy 60th birthday to Donna Pags, I believe of Peabody, Massachusetts. Happy 60th to you. Server at TD Garden. I believe I've had a chance to meet them there. Steve works a lot of the Bruins games. So if you go to the game, Jeff, you let me know. I'll have you connect you with Steve and Donna, and you'll, he'll try what he works some magic. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some other birthdays out of the way here for tonight. Let's see here. Trisha Yearwood, 61 years old. Soledad O'Brien, 59. Michael Simons, 56. Jimmy Fallon, staying away from that one, 51 years old. Allison Sweeney, 49. Danielle Panabaker, 38 years old. Katrina Bowden, 37. Lily Chi is 22 years old. And big birthdays today. Adam West, the original Batman, his birthday today. And boom. That's all I got. He was also in Family Guy.
Was that really him, though?
I don't know, actually. I actually don't know. Here it is, everybody. We'll go to break to a little Joe Espresso, everybody, on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is that sweet? I guess so. So you can't sleep? Baby, I know that's the me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. So you can't sleep? Baby, I know that's that me espresso. I can't relate to desperation. My gives a F are on vacation. And I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling when they act this way. I know I got him. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in and dream came true to for you. Soft skin and I perfumed it for you. I know I Mountain Dew it for you. That morning coffee brewed it for you. One touch and I brand new it for you. And now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, that's sweet, I guess so. So you can't sleep, baby, I know that
listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
8 picks in.
Where's SmackDown? Is it in Indianapolis?
I actually don't know. Oh, because he'd be there tonight, right?
Yeah. I think he got F5'd earlier tonight.
Spoiler! Introducing Spoiler. But anyways, where I'm going with this is, do you know what Rivers' nickname is?
I do not.
If you looked at him, what does anything stand out about him that you would?
He looks like Opie, but like not Opie, Ron Howard Opie. He looks like Opie from Opie and Anthony. He looks like Greg Hughes.
Good one. I think he looks like Tim Staskowitz.
He does look like
our digital manager. But will you tell Jeff what your nickname is?
Yeah. So my nickname, as it is on my Instagram handle, is Mr. Flow.
Mr. Flow.
Mr. Flow.
You know why? Look at his hair.
I see why, though. I'm very jealous of this Flow as coming from a Baltimore person.
When I first met him, I said he looked like Greg the Hammer Valentine. That's probably
said Bobby the Brain too as well.
And then
that Bobby Jr. I'm calling him Bobby Jr. from now on.
But initially, he said I had like '80s Hulk Hogan hair. I remember.
No, that's a Bobby Heenan flow right
Which
there.
I didn't see. I think Heenan is the most accurate out of all of them.
I know we don't have cameras and people can't see it. Oh, someone just said Joe's the next big pun. Hey, man, I just lost 80 pounds. I'm trying to live. I don't know why I've always wanted to do that, Joe.
You're Hakeem. one man gang.
Oh, that's right. Is it Hakeem or is it the one man gang?
It's whatever one you want to be.
Did you know that Hakeem was actually a play off of Dusty Rhodes?
Oh, I did not know
That's
that.
why. Yeah,
I know Virgil was
exactly. Yep, that too.
Virgil was named after
but
him. Yeah.
If you could look at River, and I know people obviously can't see him right now unless you're on YouTube, and I don't know how the cameras work over there, but what he's wearing today looks like Bobby the Brain Heenan.
No, he looks like he's trying to be The Rock in 1996.
Oh, that's a good one. All he needs is a pouch. What do we call those things?
Fanny pack.
Fanny packs. And he's got like his gold chain outside too.
Yep.
Someone goes, Greg the Hammer Valentine is not a compliment.
It depends on what year we're talking about. Are we talking present day Greg the Hammer Valentine, or are we talking
Rhythm and Blues?
Yeah, Rhythm and Blues. There you go.
Why do I make myself laugh?
Bobby Jr. though, that's I'm gonna name. That's his name now from now on.
He does though, man. And it's all a lot of love. Like it's wrestling, It's
who wouldn't want to be compared to Bobby the Brain Heenan? He was one of the greatest managers of all time.
Okay, so random take, but the Rutgers Iowa game is tied at 21.
I have Rutgers plus 2.5.
Okay, I have Rutgers as well, but I took the under 69. Nice. But both teams, literally in the second half, the ball has come out of the air is out of the ball.
There's nothing.
2 missed field goals. Like this is how Iowa survives. You know that? No quarterback, great coach, good defense. They're grinders. Maybe the guy's right about Kirk Ferentz going pro. Schiano, that guy, I'm sorry. I don't know Mr. Schiano by any means. Punchable face. Some guy, you know who else is going down tonight? Mike Gundy. He's going down. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm 40.
He's going down tonight. No, dude. First coach fired, college football?
Yep.
Actually, there's already been 2. Virginia Tech has gotten rid of theirs, and somebody else fired theirs.
I had Tulsa in this game, too.
Tulsa is rolling. We'll give you the games coming up next. I'm running late. I'm sorry. Andy's in Foxborough. Andy.
Yo, how's it going, Jim?
No, that's not my name.
Jim Murray, no?
No. Do you know the name of the show?
No, but I thought it was Jim Murray. The Jim Murray Show.
No, it's not.
It's not. All right, well, the Joe Murray.
Yeah, why would you call me to insult me saying someone else's name?
Be more funny.
No, me and Jim, we love. I love Jim.
Yeah, there's no like. Heat
No,
or
there's
anything.
no issue at all. It's just that. Don't you think it's ignorant to do that?
Yeah, no, he was trying to do comedy.
Yeah.
And he failed miserably.
It's ignorant.
Yes.
My name is on the show.
Yes. And it's been this way for a long time.
I love Jim. I would send this to Jim. I bet if Jim was hosting the show and someone called him Joe, he'd do the same damn thing.
I don't think he would have entertained that guy as long as you did too.
I wanted him to try to get himself out of it. Oh, somebody said, "Hey Joe, the song you're thinking of by Daughtry is It's Not Over." It's not over. Trying to do it right this time around. Time to be standing in. That was, you know what? Another supermarket song. If it can't be played at Market Basket, do you even want to hear it? Oh, okay. I missed a couple of birthdays. Wayno's son number. Couple of home runs. How about Jarren Duran breaking it open 4-3, and then wow, it just kind of all went. Jarren Duran had a big night tonight. Good for him. He's needed it. 2 RBI there. Nathaniel Lowe, 2 RBI. How about Alex Bregman? That guy homered too. He had 2 RBIs. And a walk. The Patriots and Steelers this weekend. Everyone's excited for that. Headlines, they are brought to you by It's Not Over. Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with 0 sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money. Jerry, does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry.
Show you the money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. I better hear you say it.
No. Show you the money.
Not show you. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Louder.
Show me the money.
That's it, brother, but you got to yell at me.
Show me the money.
I need to feel you, Jerry.
Show me the money.
Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
Quarterback in these ones. I know that people like certain people here. But I've watched a lot of Illinois football this year. They're a grinded-out team. Brett Bielema, remember him? It's number 19 hosting number 9. I'm going with the quarterback in this one, Luke Altmaier. Give me Illinois as an underdog to cover the 6-point spread. Ring the bell. Now, I want to take Illinois outright in that one, but I'm just going to take the 6 points. Taking the Pats as an underdog this week to win outright and get their first win at Gillette Stadium in well, actually, it was the last game of the year last year, but does anybody count that one?
No, they beat the Jets.
That's right. But they're like 8-26 in their last, whatever
Listen,
that math
I haven't seen them win in person since 2018, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Jeff Williams will be there. I'll be on post game. Patriots will get their first win at Gillette Stadium this year, start the year 2-1. But I'm already thinking Carolina the next week. I think they win this week. And then everyone's on the train. And they struggle against Carolina. So there we go. Red Sox win tonight. You got a full football weekend as well. Thanks to River. Great job tonight.